Okay. Admittedly, this is a little bit later than what I wanted to stream, but I didn't want to skip the stream either, though, so here we are. Probably going to be a short stream, and then I'll just have to stream longer tomorrow, probably. As long as I got the time. I'm fucking digging, though, the new login screen. 416 is finally in the game, so that's cool. I wonder if Mika just like dartboarded the characters on the splash screen, because like it does seem kind of random. It definitely seems a little bit random. I guess possibly like favorite characters. It's like the only one that even makes sense here is like 416 and Persicaria. Persicaria is arguably the main character, and then like 416 is like the new gacha girl. So, I guess. This game is really a lot more stable versus Girls Frontline, though. It's too bad they just can't redesign Girls Frontline. Fuck, that is beautiful right there, though. That is just beautiful. Yeah, that looks amazing. Hashtag not free to play no more. Not free to play no more. Worth it. Definitely worth it. Howdy. Welcome to another stream, another Friday stream. A little bit of a late stream, but what you gonna do about it? I'm fucking loving this this emote generator event that we're in. Kind of a funny event. I need to pay more attention to Willow, because I always thought that Willow was just like a weird character, but she seems kind of funny. Honestly, the girls in this game seem more like in depth than Girls Frontline. The only characters that ever get anything Girls Frontline are the main characters, not the side characters. I mean, like, the best part is that, like, it's also, like, optional. So, like, you don't have to look it up, but, like, it's there if you need to. Because Girls Frontline don't have, like, all this, like, extra shit here. This is amazing. Like, everyone legit has, like, literally, like, a whole entire, like, mini novel onto them. That's crazy. I don't have Persicaria at Intimacy 14. Not yet, anyway. I mean, like, I definitely have enough Intimacy gifts to give them. She's not in our game yet, though. We got, like, a few days. We got a few days left for her to actually be in the nurse, so she ain't here. Instead, we got our boy Suyoi. We got him in here. Gotta wait a couple days for Clue-K. I have 104. That's 10. That means I have enough for 10 gachas. So we'll see. 3-star doll guarantee within 6 searches. I'm already at 21 out of 60. So like, I have a chance to get her, and then like if I don't get her, then I'll have to gacha some more chances. I think somebody said that like I need like I need like 30 gachas or something to get like the super guaranteed thing or whatever, which I don't have. But you know what? I'm confident. I'm confident that 416 will make her way home to me. I'm confident. I'm confident. She will make her way home. All right, there is actually a little bit of a lag. I'm going to actually restart. Maybe that'll fix it up a little bit. All right, let's see. Go ahead and restart that really quick. And then like Girls Frontline is we're like in the last couple days of like that Zombieland Saga collaboration. I actually don't have all the girls. I actually am missing one of the idols, but like I have enough points to buy the last idol, so I'll get them all. I'll get them all. It's funny. I initially like really like slept on Project NeuroCloud. I was all like, oh, this game is a cash grab or whatever like that. But no, I was wrong. I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. This game I think is better designed than Girls Frontline actually, at least from a story perspective. Aether Gazer? I think one of you guys mentioned that to me before, but I don't think it grabbed my attention. I don't believe it did. Bro, GFL 2 has been, like, on the back burner for, like, what, 2 years now? And we're still, like, we're just still, like, on a demo. Yeah. It's, like, Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. Honestly, to be fair, it's like I'm just going to just like not look up any news on it at all anymore. I'm just gonna wait until the game actually comes out. It's like the last bit of news I did get on Girls Frontline 2 was I saw like an English screenshot. I don't know if Mika's gonna do like a worldwide release for Girls Frontline 2, or if it'll be released in the China version first or something. I mean, it'd be pretty cool if they did that. Like, if they were to do like a double release or like a triple release in different languages, but like, that might be too much work for Mika though. I mean, Nintendo does that with Pokemon, but Pokemon has the money for that though. Because Pokemon does a worldwide release, but I don't think Mika can do that. So, I'm going to assume that Mika releases Girls Frontline 2 in Chinese first, and then, They're gonna do the Chinese version first, and then probably gonna. I'm also gonna say they might even do the Japanese version before even English. They could do Chinese first, then they're gonna do Japanese, and then they do the English version last or something. Yeah, not gonna lie. I think the English version is gonna be the last one that they do or something. I don't have high hopes. No, I don't have high hopes at all. Okay. I had to like check on my my processes really quick. Yeah, no, what CN being first was always obvious to me, of course. It was always obvious to me. I think the real question is like how long between releases for the different languages are we gonna have to wait? Like, I think Project Neurocloud was like a year behind when they did the English release for Project Neurocloud, and Girls Frontline was like a year and a half or something. Your Girls Frontline was like about a year and a half or like almost 2 years from like the English version. So, considering that Girls Frontline 2 is like Mika's like biggest project, and considering that Mika does not make a lot of money, it's like I do not have high hopes for a worldwide release. So, Chinese version first. There's gonna be the spoilers out there for like people who like are gonna download the Chinese version first or whatever. So I would do my best to like avoid those Chinese spoilers, and I'm just gonna like just wait for the English version to release. And like considering like how small the fan base is for Girls Frontline in general, I don't have high hopes for someone even making a fan translation for Girls Frontline 2. And I don't even mean like a patch or anything. I just mean like an on-paper translation. Like for like bigger franchises, like that's what some fandoms do. Is like here is like an on-paper like fan translation, and like you could like match up the symbols, you know, for like Japanese games or something. So yeah. GFL's 2 years? Damn. Yeah, that sounds about right. It definitely sounds about right. But yeah, Mika doesn't make a lot of money though. They don't make a lot of money, and like mad respects that they want to do a worldwide release, but that ain't gonna happen. I mean, think about like how much time and money like Game Freak and Nintendo have to do for Pokemon, because they release Pokemon like in 9 different languages like worldwide. That's why most game companies don't do worldwide releases, because that shit takes money. That shit takes money and time. And I know that Mika has like internal struggles too, because like there's the whole like fucking like Team 404 game that never happened. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm tired of waiting. So the best thing for me to do is simply to not wait anymore. If I don't wait, then like it doesn't hurt anymore. Oh, also I have a 69 collection. Nice. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, I'm dead. Oh wow, I never click on this thing. I saw the blue dot. I saw the blue dot. I was like, what is this? Oh, okay. Project Neurocloud Professor Wanderer VIP member. The Eternal Universal Anything Services VIP member. Well, that's a mouthful. Project Neurocloud's Professor. Now that's too basic. That's too basic for me. I like the Universal Anything Services because it sounds stupid. It sounds so dumb. So obviously, Universal Anything Services VIP member. That sounds great. That shit don't even fit. It would fit in Chinese or Japanese kanji. It will not fit in English. They're gonna have to either make that box bigger, or it has to scroll. And it looks like we're going with the scrolling. Man, my ass has been on stage 311 for like 6 months, man. It's been on stage 311 for 6 months. I think that's how long it's been since I fucking last live streamed this. Actually, to be fair, I did live stream this in April, but that was like for the inadvertent Mordant event. That was not for the main campaign. The last time I did the main campaign was like, I think back in January. Dog collection, 35 out of 51. That's surprisingly tiny compared to like Girls Frontline. Girls Frontline, we got a fucking Pokédex. I don't mind the smaller roster though. It makes it a lot more manageable. And considering that like every girl here has like their own like fucking mini novel, I'd say I like the smaller roster then. I mean, like, usually, like, most fan dojins don't give a shit about canon, but if you care about canon, it's all in here. Anyone that cares about canon. I've said it once and I've said it again, but I'm gonna be thoroughly disappointed if there is no NeuroCloud canonicity in Girls Frontline 2. It's like you gotta canonize this game. You have to. You have to. We're getting close to the 450 T-Doll mark. Not just T-Dolls. Now we got fucking, like, Paradius and, like, fucking KCCO to, like, throw into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Samus Ferris, too, and all that crap. We got all those bitches. Savrong, 42 Lab, Ultimate Life Art, Cyber Media, anything, Universal Anything Services. Oh, you girls count as that, I guess. And Guy. Hello, Jin from Project NeuroCloud. Hello, Jill from Valhalla. Yo, if they ever want to fucking bring this guy into Girls Frontline, they could just copy and paste Jill, honestly. They really could, though. This guy could have the exact same like combat mechanics as Jill, so that way they don't have to like make a new character. It'd be the very first like boy T-Doll in Girls Frontline. According to Nightbot, would play Nikkei. Ah, shit. I didn't change that. It's okay, Nightbot. You behind. You behind. I will change that. Yeah, it's gonna be NeuroCloud for like the next few streams. And then like I'm still on the fence on like whether or not I actually finally want to play Fire Emblem Engage, or if I want to do like another real life like mall stream or something. I'm actually deathly afraid to gacha right now because like I don't want to get a 3-star on accident. That's the funny part. I don't want to get a 3-star on accident right now because that'll reset my my 3-star guarantee thing, and I definitely want to save that for Kluke. So no gacha until Kluke is in here. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. Even though like all the fucking NeuroCloud pros were like estimating it was gonna be like at least another year until Kluge got put in. It's like surprise bitches, she's 416's in here. It's like, oh shit. The last few like teaser videos on the NeuroCloud official channel has been like all Kluke videos. They really like hamming it up. They're really hamming up the waifu. I don't have any. This is like the only skin that I have, so I tried to see if she was like interactable, but like it doesn't seem like she is, because I already know that that's a thing. I know that's a thing. I've seen like the vids of like people like pulling down like the girl's pantyhose or whatever, or their stocking, and I think there's also like another one where like you could like pull on like the fucking like strap or something, like their shirt strap. It doesn't look like there's any way for me to interact with Persicaria here, but I know that some of them are interactable. We get into like some weird like Azure Lane levels of like interactability. Persicaria here only has just the standard like mouse cursor watching, but I can't pull on her stocking or anything like that. And never let them know your next dart throw. Literally. Mika is just throwing darts. They be throwing darts and shit. Yo, my ass is too lazy to ever play Advanced Protocol. I log in, I do my dailies. If there's an event, I do a little bit of the event, and then that's it. It's like, yo, whose idea was it on Mika to add in fucking Flappy Bird? Who did this? Who did this? I have the spacebar. I put the spacebar hotkey on my emulator. Oh, whoops! I killed her. Okay, my high score is 66. My high score is 66. Yeah. Yeah. I want that chocolate. No, it's not worth it. That chocolate was not worth it. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's 3 chocolates. Ah shit, and she died. Okay, cool. I am not good. I am not good at Flappy Bird. I am not good at Flappy Bird. Server progress. The fact that like we're already into like a couple weeks in this event and like the server progress is only at like 60%. I think it shows that like not a lot of people are playing this. I got to Season 6 actually like on my second try of this. Like I just did it randomly. And now that I'm streaming, I'm not gonna get to 66 again. I don't know the Flappy Bird strats. I don't know the Flappy Bird strats. No! I knew I was dead. I literally knew that I was gonna die. I'm sorry, Eucharist. I'm sorry. I'll get the chocolate. I'll get the chocolate for you, Eucharist. I'll get it for you. Get the chocolate. Get the chocolate. When you think about it, Choco / FNC, like, she saved us in Chapter 3. Because, like, she made friends. She made friends with Eucharist. It shows that chocolate is all powerful, and chocolate can make world peace. If everyone had chocolate, we'd be at world peace right now. All you need is chocolate. Okay, there we go. Okay. That little bit of invincibility is nice. Are you kidding me? I remember seeing like a YouTube video of someone playing Flappy Bird and they got to like up to like 300 or something. That's crazy. This is also like the easiest game to program too. Like honestly, Girls Frontline could put this in their game. I don't know who you would put here. Like, make it like a diner. Make it like a diner gate or something, or like a ferry. I mean, like, does any T-Doll fly in Girls Frontline? The closest thing we get to fly is like hovering. A few of the girls can hover, but I don't know if any of the girls can straight up just fly. I feel like we've seen Agent hover sometimes, but like, I don't know if we've seen like pure jet flying. Maybe M4 might get like a pure jet flying thing in the future. I know that like, I'm pretty sure some of the Paradius, I think the Rotorellos can fly, but we don't see it in any cutscene or whatever. But it seems like they could fly. But like, it's not like story relevant though. God damn it. I mean, this is anime, so things like aerodynamics don't really apply to flight in anime terms. It's like, I'm going to assume that like the Doppler soldiers in the Paradius, they have like small jet boosters to jump really high. And the Rotorellos look like they can fly, but like that hasn't been relevant in any cutscene though. Because you would think that would be relevant for a cutscene. To see, like, the Rotorellas fly around or some shit. Type 88 mod would know your location. Can she fly? I was thinking though, like, she had more of like of a high jump, really good high jump kind of thing. Doesn't Type 88 also have like a? Doesn't she have like a heat problem too? Her Digimon thing. I guess the question is like whether or not like Type 88 has like long sustained flight. I mean, I know that the... Is Eucharist a good guy? Well, spoiler alert, like, other than like, we did get the spoiler gacha thing for Eon or whatever her name is. And then like, Eucharist is like, she's like a neutral, she is like a neutral party or whatever. I still need to continue on with the main campaign, but Eucharist is at the very least a neutral party for the professor and shit. But you know that her BFF is definitely Choco though. You know her BFF is right here. I like how it says type pastry chef SP. Vocation dessert chef. Class medic. Yo, this is like the weirdest like status screen like I've ever seen before. Pastry chef, but medic though? A medic pastry chef? Pastry chef is a catering model from the UAS that specializes in crafting fine desserts and pastries. Every doll of this model shares the same cloud database, which is maintained by a special US catering team. This team is responsible for coming up with new desserts and pastry recipes and subsequently updating all existing pastry chef models with these new specifications, sometimes free of charge, sometimes for free. Meanwhile, EOS is a very horny for Presser. Yeah, we've seen that, especially like in Inadvertent Mordant. We've seen that. And we definitely saw Persicera getting jealous. Persicera doesn't admit it though. She won't admit to being jealous, but we know she was jealous. Choco is a special pastry chef model, as she is a result of a collaboration between UAS and an international chocolatier competition. This has resulted in all subsequent pastry chef SP models being designated as chocolatiers. Choco was by no means specifically sought out for the Project NeuroCloud. In from their list of names, 42 Labs selected a number of pastry chef SP dolls as a way of working with UAS to test new and emerging confidential technology. It just so happened, Choco happened to be the newest model of the produced series. Choco dedicates most of her time to coming up with new chocolate desserts. Okay, wait. So I had to admit, when I first saw this, I'm so glad that I wasn't alone in this. So like what actually got me as very relatable is car with air conditioning for 24 hours. Because low key guys, I've done that before. When like I'm like super hot or something, it's so much easier for me to cool off in my car than it is like trying to cool off at home. Because like you try to cool off at home and it's like you gotta like turn the AC up, but then you have to like let your apartment / house like cool down, right? But if you go to your car though, if you go to your car and you blast the AC, you get like that cold air immediately though. So like air conditioning yourself in a car is technically more efficient than air conditioning yourself in your apartment house, at least like in the short term. Because like the bigger the house you have especially, the longer it would take your house to cool down. And that's a lot more square footage for your house to cool down. And even if you have like a room air conditioner, like one of those singular units, it still takes time for your room to cool down, and then your room cools you down afterwards by heat transfer. But if you go to your car though, your car cools you specifically, because that's the way the car is designed. A car is not designed to cool itself off. The car's air conditioner is designed to cool you down. So it's different. Your house is meant to cool down the house temperature. Your house temperature is technically not meant to cool you down, but you get cooled down in the process. But you cool yourself in the car, and all the fucking vents are aimed at you. So you feel it. You feel it, and you get a lot more cooler. So, like Choco being relatable. Choco being 100% relatable right here. I feel it, man. I feel it. FNC, you get to have all the cake you want. You get all the cake. Yo, I'm still waiting for that oath system. Still waiting for that oath system. Where you live, air conditioning car is what people do. It's common for you. I'm telling you, if this game ever gets that old system, Persicaria getting my first ring. She getting that first. She deserves it. I feel like if I was the commander after I got jacked into the Magressi server and then I got jacked out, I would look at the real Persica and like I would feel really disappointed. I would just look at the real Persica and be very sad. And then the real Persica would be like, "What's wrong, Commander?" And I'd be like, "Nothing. It's... yeah, no, it's cool. I saved all your AIs that were in the server. Mission accomplished, I guess. It's cool." And then Kalina would like roll up or something. Kalina would be like, "Commander, I'm so glad that you're awake from your server mission that Persica sent you to." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm glad too. What's going on?" And then Kalina's gonna give me some stupid report about Paradias and KCCO, and like, also don't forget the government, right? We got the government fucking breathing down our shoulders too in Girls Frontline. It's like, oh yeah, like we have Kyriger like in special holding, so like technically you're in charge or something like that. It's like, it's kind of weird because like Kyriger is still the leader and Hellion is like sub leader, but like we're kind of the ones doing all the missions though, because like they're keeping a close eye on Kyriger and Hellion. The agent has us like on the agency has like has us on a very tight leash in Girls Frontline, so we're not really free in GFL. And then like don't forget too, like fucking Kalina still has her fucking zombie affliction or whatever like that. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that like there was no like Kalina zombie in the Zombieland Saga thing, because like that seemed like that's something that they would have done. I don't know if it's because they were worried about the canonicity, because it's a collab event. So the canonicity shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter for a collab event, but I definitely would have loved to see zombie Kalina. That would have been cool. Upon further thought, we just sent a bakery and pastry robot in a slaughterhouse with a gun in her hand for 3 weeks back in Arctic Warfare. Yeah, that is kind of sus. That is kind of sus, definitely. And then like we also got like Dashvanaya in here, which is pretty cool. We got KSVK in here. Child caregiver, but we already knew that from her Digimon story. I do have her Loli costume on my Girls Frontline account, so I get to pick between either adult KSVK or Loli KSVK. I get to pick. I get to pick. It is also kind of weird too, like looking at this game, if you come from Girls for Line, and you'd be all like, yo, nobody has a gun. Like, people don't have guns here. Like fucking 416 is gonna roll up with like a real rifle, and people here, they have like swords, they have like a fucking like keyboard, or some of them fight with boxing gloves or some shit. Some are basically spellcasters, like they basically fight with like the equivalent of magic or whatever. And then Croquet is here being like Captain America, because like Croquet doesn't have a secondary weapon. So Croquet like bashes people with her shields. She uses the shield both for like offense and defense. And then like fucking G36 don't have a gun. She fights with like daggers and knives and whatnot. And also I didn't realize that like I could upgrade shit, so I'm doing that now. I don't look at this thing very often, gonna admit. Oh, I didn't know I could do that again. There we go. Yeah, the stories here are, like, actually really interesting. I kind of would love, like, a story thing for, like, all the T-dolls in Girls Front Line. But I guess if they were to do that now, they have a lot of work ahead of them if they were to make a story for, like, every single T-doll in Girls Front Line. And technically, I guess when you think about it, I guess maybe that would be classified in Girls Front Line lore, because when they become a G and K T-doll, they get mind wiped. So they don't have their memories anymore. I mean, I guess other than like a few exceptions, because like Type 88 got her memories back in her Digimon story. So like there is some exceptions, I guess. And then like the other, like some of the Digimon stories is either the girls getting their memories back, or it's them having new adventures in G and K. Like fucking Micro Uzi. Micro Uzi's entire Digimon story in Girls for the Line, it's just her going like her own solo adventure. But like you never find out about like what she did in the past or whatever. But then like KSVK's entire Digimon story is like her entire backstory. It's herself in the past or whatever. Yo, where's my fucking Antonina T-doll? Man, I gotta bust out like another drawing streamer again, because I would love to draw some NeuroCloud and GFL fan art. And I kind of want to get back into Toho a little bit too. I've been skipping Toho for the past couple years, and that's how this whole channel started. I couldn't get through all of like Mechilda's story on my account because my account's too weak. So I YouTube Mechilda's story. Mechilda's got like a pretty cool, she got a pretty cool story though. I thought it was pretty chill. Yo, she could totally be like a shotgun character in GFL. All right. Anyway, I gotta like remind myself like where I'm at. So, chapter 1, we got the whole like fucking like Turing thing, and it's like, hey, like, no wait, is that Cyclops? No wait, Cyclops was something else. Okay, yeah, okay, so chapter 2 is the Simo story. Chapter 1 is the Turing story. That's the one where like it's that administrator that likes to make AIs and shit, but like the fucking like sanctifiers keep on killing her daughters and whatever. So there's that one. And then she gets, after she dies, she gets fucking resetted. And it's all like, oh, it's not the same one or whatever. So like, Hana technically is like the shadow administrator, I would say, because like she remembers us, but like Tyrion doesn't remember us. Yeah, okay, I remember this. And then chapter 2 was the whole like weird Simo story, because like this is like the Sarong industry thing, and like it's like the whole like two sides like killing each other all over and things and whatever, and Ravens being crazy and shit. And then we found out that like Olivia is the good one because like the fucking other administrator was like a crazy war veteran or some shit, or war like psychopath. Yeah. Oh, and then Simo. Oh yeah, I remember Simo died. Yeah, I remember. I remember now. Simo died too, and then like, it's like we could bring him back, but it's not going to be the same Simo though. And then Simo also has this thing too about like how like he kept on like burning his own mind because like he kept on overloading himself and shit. And then like, and it's all like, oh, like it's like he wanted to live free, or he died free instead of like living in servitude. He died a free man instead, or whatever. Persecare, we can still reset Simo with the data you saved. And then Simo won't overlord himself anymore. He's gonna be free from the bindings. This Simo would not be the same one as you had before. So like, this seems odd to me though, this line by Persicaria. Doll's experiences and memories cannot be preserved. This saved data can only be reset $1 to factory settings. It's like, that's gotta be like a Magressi server rule, because like, in Girls Frontline, we preserve their whole memories in Girls Frontline. I know that the Magressi server is old though. Like, the whole point of this game even existing is Persica jacking the commander into like an old server. So I guess this is technically outdated technology. I mean, it can't be that outdated, right? Because Persica worked on this server. So like, outdated by like what, like a decade or something? Maybe like a few years? It can't be that outdated. But Persicaria says here that Doll's experience memories cannot be preserved, but that's what the whole backup system is for in Girls Frontline. Like, the girls back themselves up in the server, and then, like, if they die on a mission, they get rebooted back at home base. And, like, the only memories they lose is the memories they had of the mission, but, like, they remember themselves, like, up to the point of death, basically. Or up to the point of the backup, at least. That's why it was so important for what's-her-face. That's why it was so important, like, during the whole, like, the submarine base quest line, or whatever, the event, or whatever. It was so important that we try to, like, back up, like, everyone's memories inside, like, M4 and inside Dandelion. Because, like, the commander was like, oh, shit, we don't have, like, a backup server or something. So, like, if any of the girls die, like, they're gonna go back to the base or something. But Dandelion was all like, hey, wait, actually, I'm like fucking OP. So Dandelion was like, I could preserve everyone's memories. So we did that. So that way all the girls can essentially like commit suicide, because like we lost a lot of T-dolls during the whole submarine base like raid thing. So many of the T-dolls like sacrificed themselves to save the commander during that mission. Which they never showed the cutscene, but I assume it was done off camera. When they got back to base, I guess Dandelion just like re-uploaded everybody, and everybody remembers the mission, I guess. There wasn't a specific cutscene for that, but I assume they did it off stream or off camera. So, because like Simo dying isn't the first time we've seen someone die, and this is only chapter 2 of the game I'm in. Like, we saw Turing die, and Turing also got factory resetted, which definitely seems kind of weird to me, because like you would think that it'd be important for the administrator to be backed up or something. Like, how come Turing in chapter 1? How come she can't be backed up? You know, like, it would seem prudent to me that, like, she gets backed up so she has, like, her full memories and shit in case something happens to her. But for whatever reason, she died, and then she got factory reset, and she has to rely on Hannah to tell her what to do. I don't know. I'm not gonna call this a plot hole, though. I'm just gonna call this, like, a Magressi server thing. Magressi server rule. Alright. And then, chapter 3, which is where I'm at right now. This is the whole, this is all time looping. This is that time looping thing. So it's like there's Eucharist, and it's like, ah, shit, like, she's gonna attack us, she's a sanctifier. And then, like, Choco's all like, oh, that's my friend. She gives me herbs or something, and I put the herbs in the chocolate, and then our minds don't get wiped, or whatever. And then, like, what was it? Like, it's like 1,000 resets? After 1,000 resets, then it just gets worse and worse or something. But then 1,000 resets, it like resets permanently. So we don't have infinite resets. We fixed the reactor, and then like the reactor, it still exploded. There was still an explosion even after we fixed the reactor. Little E? She's so cute! She's so adorable. She's just so cute. Your chocolate is delicious. She wants more. I didn't eat anything, so just to eat your chocolate. I'm starving. You know, that's actually a bad way, though, to, like, try and, like, eat more the next day or whatever. Like, people do that, though. It's like, oh, like, I'm going to go to a buffet tomorrow, so I'm not going to eat anything today because, like, I want to eat more at the buffet. But if you don't eat anything, though, your body goes into, like, preservation mode, and then your stomach actually shrinks a little bit. And when you go to the buffet, you actually do eat less because, like, your stomach is smaller. It's like, it only seems like you eat more at that buffet because obviously you're starving. So, like, it seems like you eat more. But, like, again, your stomach did shrink a little bit. So, what you should be doing, actually, if you're gonna go to a buffet and you're gonna, like, say something like, I want to eat more at the buffet, then what you should be doing is eating salads. Because, like, that's actually what a lot of, like, like, food competition people do. They eat, like, a shit ton of, like, lettuce or, like, cabbage or something like that. Like, they eat, like, a lot of leafy shit, and that expands your stomach. Because, like, they're putting more room in their stomach, but they're not giving themselves, like, a lot of carbs, though. They're not giving themselves a lot of, like, protein to digest, so they're just eating, like, a shit ton of, like, green leafy stuff, and that's gonna expand their stomach without, like, making them fat. Because, like, a lot of people that do the food competitions, a lot of them are surprisingly skinny. And that's because, surprisingly, people that do food competitions, they do try to take care of their health, which is the ironic thing for people that don't know that, like, you know, it's like, oh, like, look at that guy eating at a food competition, he must be unhealthy. But a lot of them are surprisingly healthy, though. A large portion of, like, people who are professional eaters, that's the only time they ever actually pig out. Other than that, they actually have, like, a normal diet when they're not doing a food competition. But this is data, though. Eucharist is not, she's not in a real body, so I guess this is okay. But what Eucharist should have done is she should have eaten a salad. Eat a salad, girl. have some lettuce. Have some cabbage. I'm actually more of a cabbage guy myself. When I make salads, actually, for myself, I don't use lettuce. I use spinach and I use cabbage for my leafy green stuff. I'm actually not a fan of lettuce that much. Like, people especially like to use iceberg lettuce a lot in their salads, and I actually don't like to use iceberg lettuce only because I know that, like, nutritionally speaking, iceberg lettuce is, like, nothing. And I feel like if I'm going to eat something, if I'm going to put something in my body, I feel like I need to get something out of it. And I would derive more nutrients from a cabbage than I would from iceberg lettuce. In fact, actually, if you guys look up, like, a lot of, like, workout dietary stuff for salads and things like that, you will see a lot of those recipes call for you to specifically not use lettuce. Because lettuce is not nutritionally dense. Lettuce is the opposite of nutritionally dense. Lettuce is empty. A lot of them call for, like, literally anything that's not lettuce. So, again, spinach, herbs, cabbages, bok choy. Bok choy is also, like, another good leafy green thing that's, like, again, full of nutrients, and it's not empty. So basically, stop eating lettuce. Lettuce should only be ever used for texture for your food, but it shouldn't be used to basically lie to yourself and say you're eating healthy. It's like, you're not eating healthy by eating lettuce. All you're doing is just filling your stomach up, basically. That's not good. You can't let yourself go hungry. Can they even starve to death in here? Is starvation, like, even a thing in the Magressi server? I mean, like, the only one that's human here is the commander. The commander is human, but, like, everyone else is data. And I guess technically the commander is also data, but, like, yeah, like, starvation shouldn't even be a thing. Alright, so this is where I'm at. I'm at this one, but I gotta remind myself where we at right now. Okay, so they're at the Arc Prior. Oh, is this when we meet the administrator? We meet the administrator and we find out the administrator is, like, not, like, a real person. There it is. I remember now. Lettuce is herbivore feed, carnivore gang, let's go. So, like, this is when we find out that the administrator is, like, not, like, a thinking agent. And, like, and then, like, everyone is all like, that's weird. Why is he, like, a robot or something? If you call a T-Doll, like, a robot, I assume that's a racial slur. But yeah, like, they found out he's just a robot. And then, like, everyone's like, that's weird. And then, like, Persicara is all like, guys, I think we actually have, like, we've only been meeting the smart ones because, like, we just be getting lucky or something. Yeah. Basically, like, from the way Persicara was talking, it's like, this is, like, the average administrator, where, like, they're really just more of a robot, and, like, administrators like Turing are actually more the rarity. Not everyone is, like, a full agent, basically. Because this guy can't think. All he does is, like, follow a program. This guy is basically, like, one giant if-then statement. This guy was fucking made in, like, fucking C basic visual or whatever. This guy was made in fucking basic C. This guy was made in Java. Would that be a racial slur for a robot? You'd be all like, you would go over to, like, fucking, like, a T-Doll, and you'd be like, yo, I bet your programming was made in Java. Like, would that be an insult? I assume it would be an insult. It's like, you're so dumb. I bet you run off of fucking C++ or whatever. It's like, I'll have you know that I was designed by Professor Persica herself. I am much more complicated than Java. Alright, new chapter for me. New chapter for me, finally. When we open our eyes again, we're back at the chocolatier. What happened? Did you find a way out? Persicara has no idea how to begin to answer Choco's question. Bots is a slur in Valhalla. There was I actually really did like how Valhalla was very realistic, and like its portrayal of like the world. Yeah, Valhalla was cool. I'm still waiting for fucking Nirvana to come out. Whenever Nirvana comes out. Not only did we not find one, we even ran into some haunted statues. Maybe it's the same in GFL, but adult racism is pretty bad there. Pretty much. I do know that there were a few instances when they go into the city that like when the T-dolls were like called like fucking maintenance bots or something, that was considered an insult to them or something. It's like you're just a fucking vacuum cleaner or whatever, you know? Like that would be an insult. You're a vending machine or whatever. Honestly, actually, like one cutscene that actually always pops in my mind when I think about the racism, about the robot racism in Girls Frontline is like when like Sopmod and Rel65 are like sitting on the bench. Because, like, Rel65, like, she went hacking into the server. So she's, like, technically asleep or whatever. And Sopmod and Rel65 are, like, on the bench. But there's, like, a protesters, like, in the park or whatever. And Sopmod and Rel65, they're doing nothing. They're literally not even doing anything. They're just sitting there. But, like, a fucking protester is, like, getting angry at Sopmod. Because, like, Sopmod and Rel65, they're, like, on the bench. Like, just, like, you know, like, in the area. And it's like, this is a protest. You can't be here. We need more sugar. Because I remember, like, they're literally, like, protesting about, like, not having sugar and, like, not having good food and shit. And Sopmod was all like, oh, I'm just here playing with the cats or something. And, like, the human character was all like, get out of here. Get out of here. You're just a robot or whatever like that. And then, like, one thing I did actually like about that cutscene was how, like, that human NPC... like, they literally, like, tried to, like, punch Sopmod. But then, like, Sopmod is not your typical T-doll, though. Sopmod is, like, your super advanced, like, robo soldier doll or whatever. So, like, Sopmod, like, literally, like, just raised her hands up to defend herself. But then, like, the human NPC got her arm broken or some shit. And so, like, it's like, oh, no, like, corrupt robot or whatever. Guys, she's gone rogue or something. And then, like, Ro comes out of, like, the fucking hacking thing. She comes out of, like, the fucking EO and is all like, it's like, Sopmod, what did you do? Sopmod's like, I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything. The human just came and punched me. Honestly, actually, come to think of it, Sopmod didn't even need to defend herself, right? Like, I would imagine that a human punching a robot will be, like, hitting, like, a brick wall or something. Like, I think the dialogue box specifically mentioned that Sopmod raised her hand up or something, but I'm going to assume that, like, even if the punch had connected into Sopmod's face, it would have been, like, punching, like, a metal wall. So, like, the human would have hurt herself anyway, you know? Like, can you guys imagine, like, punching, like, your fucking wooden wall right now? Like, that would hurt, right? Well, imagine punching a robot face. I'd imagine that hurt too, you know? Yeah. Rose are like, we gotta go, man. You got all the humans angry at us. And Sopmod, like, the entire time was all like, I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything. The humans were just angry at me or something. Honestly, like, I wouldn't mind more side stories with, like, the human characters, like Deer and Seer, or, like, even, like, Kalina. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, a Kalina side of it, where, like, she just, like, hangs around the base or something. Or, like, I wouldn't mind, like, a Kyogre or Hellion side event. Like, that'd be kind of cool, too. I like how it's an insult to call Deer, like, rebel-sexual. Because, like, that's what, like, 45 and that's what 416 say to Deer all the time. They're like, this guy, look at this guy. This guy, like, this guy's rebel-sexual or something. And Deer's all like, I'm not rebel-sexual. I'm not rebel-sexual. I get along more with robots than I do with people or something. I mean, whether or not Deer is, like, fucking his G11 maid bot, it remains to be seen, though. But we do know that fuck bots are a thing, though. Imagine elbowing a steel railing. Exactly, right? Like, that shit would hurt. That shit would fucking hurt, man. Sabma did not need to defend herself. She could have just did nothing. She could have just stood there. She literally could just stood there, and then like the human would have like, well, like basically like caved in their own fist, and then they still would have just said like robot gone rogue, or something like that, you know? Include your arm being broken for being too weak, pathetic human. That's why Angie's got the right idea. Angie is like a cyborg at this point. Angie's got like the robotic like arm and leg and shit, you know? Hey, listen guys, I'm just saying, like, I already have like very strong prescription for my glasses. Yo, I'm willing to get cyborg eyes, guys. Like, if cyborg eyes were cheap enough for me to afford, or if there was like a fucking government program to get cyborg eyes, I'd fucking go for it. My eyes are already shitty. I don't know about you guys, but like, one of the most annoying things for me is to find a way to wear VR helmets like comfortably. Because like I need like extra padding for like VR helmets, so that way like my glasses don't like push against like my temples or whatever. I need to like either like learn how to wear contacts finally, or I need to get them cyborg eyes, so that way I can wear VR helmets fine. I know that like I could also get prescription glasses that have like softer arms on it, but like I haven't invested in better glasses though. It just costs an arm and a leg. It sounds like a money issue, not skill. Do I sacrifice an arm and a leg to get better eyes? Oh, that also reminds me too, in Valhalla, like Alma, she literally cut off her own hands to get like cyborg hands and shit. Well, I mean, not cut off her own hands, obviously, but like she volunteered her own hands to get cyborg hands. Because like Alma's like that hacker chick, so like it's like, oh, like I type a lot, and like in order to avoid the fucking carpal tunnel syndrome, I'm just gonna get fucking rubble hands. And then like the technology in Valhalla is like so good though, so like Alma does have feeling in her hands and shit, so she could still feel. So like, yeah, might as well like go cyborg, you know? Just go full cyborg. Get me them robot hands. Actually, you know what I would want before I get like robo like arms and hands? Yo, it's like your spinal cord is like super like fragile, right? Like if anything is wrong with your spinal cord, your whole entire body suffers. I feel like I would want like a robo spinal cord then. I want a robo spine. I want that metal spine and shit. That way like the rest of my body can just get better from that or something. I feel like I would go like robo spine first, and then after that I'd go like robo eyes. And then I wouldn't even go for robo hands, honestly, because my hands are pretty good. So I'd go for like robo feet, because like a lot of back pain that people get, it actually starts from your feet. Like your leg muscles and like your feet arches or whatever. Like if you have bad feet, it like goes all the way up to your spinal cord or something. So I would want to get better feet or better legs to like offset like any pain from that or something. Yeah, honestly, like the technology in Valhalla is like pretty wicked. Oh, and then like I also want that fucking get that like the super liver that Jill has. Listen, I'm not gonna say I'm an alcoholic. All I'm saying is that like if I had like the super liver that Jill had though, like yo, I wouldn't have to worry about drinking so much anymore. And Jill says that like she gets that for free from like being a bartender or something like that. That was a perk. She got that from going to that bartender school. I'll be like, yo, shit. I'd be a bartender for a few years to get me a robo liver, or like, well, not a robo liver. She didn't get a robo. She got like a souped up liver or something. She has a liver that like fucking like digests alcohol faster or whatever like that or something. She has a more efficient liver. I'd be like, yo, I want that. that I want that more than the fucking robo hands that like Alma has. I like my alcohol, what can I say? And then Dana's got shit. Now that I think about it, like a good portion of the main characters in Valhalla, they're all like They all got like enhancements of some kind. Yeah, yeah. That one was I remember the brain in the jar guy, he volunteered for it, for science. Like, it's all like, hey, would you like to be like a brain cyborg thing for science? And he volunteered for it. And like, he's been living for like 200 years or some shit now. And then like, I remember Joe even asked him, it's like, you can still enjoy beer and shit? And he's like, yeah, I can enjoy alcohol. I can enjoy food and stuff. I could still eat and things like that, you know? Seems pretty chill. It's like Stella has like a rubble eye. Stella's got like a rubble eye. Dana's got like got them cyborg implants and shit. Almost got the cyborg hands. Jill's got the super liver. We also had like that one guy who was like also like a mercenary. That one guy also had like rubble arms and legs and shit. It seems like cyborg implants are like the norm in Valhalla. And honestly, like, not gonna lie, like, I definitely would love to go for it too, you know, in my lifetime. Like, honestly, like, I feel sad whenever I see, like, a really old person, like, not be able to walk. So they always have to use, like, a walker or, like, a cane or something. It's like, if I could get myself, like, rubble legs so I don't have to worry about having, like, a walking cane or walker, then, like, or a wheelchair, I'd go for it, you know? I'd go for it. It's like I can't even imagine, like, not being able to, like, you know, walk 5 feet without falling over. My grandparents can still walk, actually. So good for them. My grandparents, they can still walk and shit. My grandpa can still drive. My great grandma was like 98 and like she wore like a diaper and she basically just stayed home all the time. My great grandma was like really old, but my grandparents are like 75-ish and they can still like move around and stuff. My grandma still cooks. She still likes to hang out in the kitchen shit. So yeah. Make that old man a Terminator. Actually though, like low key though, like I wouldn't mind also getting like a brain implant. I know, like, yeah, sure, the government might chip me or whatever, but I'm just saying though, like, jack me into the internet. Get me like a fucking USB port on my brain or something, you know? Can you guys imagine like going into the internet directly? I don't even know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that, but I maybe, I don't know. Get myself like a USB-C port on my brain. Plug myself into my computer. Can you imagine like it'd be like in Nikkei where like I have like nanomachines in my brain and then like I could get like a virus or something? Imagine being the very first human cyborg that gets a virus, you know? It's like, oh shit, this guy's got the love bug virus. It's like, what do we do? Do we got a good firewall? We got like a good like Norton antivirus or some shit? We gotta put this guy like on a scanner. We gotta like scan his brain, get the virus out. That would definitely be my big fear for getting like rubble enhancements. Can you guys imagine getting like rubble hands and then like somebody hacks your hands or something? It's like, bro, you're choking me. It's like, bro, like somebody hacked my hands. I'm choking you, but I don't want to choke you. Imagine like somebody hacked your eyeballs. You got cyborg eyes, and like someone hacked your eyeballs and they turn it off. It's like, bro, I'm blind. It's like, is your eyes off? It's like, no, like somebody hacked my eyes. My eyes are like not functioning right now. I need to like fucking go to like there needs to be like a new hospital. There needs to be like a hospital for like cyborg people, and like the hospital would have to deal with like tech stuff. It's like, oh, like this guy's got a virus in his eyeballs. We gotta like fix that shit. All right. Anyway, we're telling Choco about like how we gotta find a way to reset the server. You guys all saw it too, right? Look in those statues' eyes. You know what? Like, this game, definitely from the very get-go, it gives the commander way more spoken lines than Girls Frontline does. In Girls Online, Chapter 0 is legit an anti-rain chapter. Like, the game starts off with anti-rain. It doesn't start with the commander. The commander is like second main character, but like anti-rain is like super main character. In this game though, like the professor really is the main character though. Y'all need some firewall and turn off your external ports. But I can't turn off my external ports. I need them. I need my external ports. How am I supposed to log into Pornhub without my external ports? You guys don't understand. I need it for Pornhub. You know what? Can you imagine having the birds and the bees talk with your teenage cyborg son? And be like, son, listen, I know that you're 13 years old, and I know you're gonna go there because I was your age once too. So, for God's sakes, use protection, alright? Now, don't get embarrassed. I was your age too, but trust me on this. When you go to those websites, son, and I'm gonna pretend that you're not going to them, make sure you use protection, son. Alright? Like, listen, I'm paying like $300 a month for like the best like antivirus firewall, so you better be using that shit. Now, I know it's cool amongst you youngsters to not use protection when you go to those websites, but trust me, one of these days, you're gonna not use protection, and you're gonna go to one of those weird websites, and you're gonna get a virus. And then guess what? You're gonna have to make me drive you to the hospital, the cyborg hospital, and they're gonna have to fucking like defrag your fucking brain and shit. Don't make me do that, son. Don't make me do that. Use protection. Use protection. Do you want to know what websites your dad goes to? Should we have a father-son bonding moment? Can you guys imagine doing that? Imagine having the birds and the bees talk with your dad, and he'd be like, yo, let's talk about our favorite porn sites. Oh, but dad, I don't want to talk about our favorite porn sites. It's like, son, I'm trying to fucking interact with you. Now tell me, are you a boob guy or are you an ass guy? Well, actually, Dad, I'm more of a scat and I'm more of a scat and lemon party kind of guy. I have no son. I have no son. But Dad, you said you wanted to talk about our fetishes. Son, I did not raise you to have a scat and why, son? Why? Next thing you be telling me, son, you into that fucking NTR bullshit. But Dad, like NTR is actually pretty culture. It's pretty hot, you know. You're dead to me. You're fucking dead to me. My own son, he's into scat and NTR. I don't even know anymore. You try to raise them. You put them on the right path. Son, can't you have no more fetishes like everybody else? But Dad, like tits and ass is so mainstream though. It's so mainstream. You gotta go against the curb. Oh, at least you're not going to fur affinity, right? Right, son? Son, you're supposed to say no here. Son, I'm about to go to your computer. There better not be a fur affinity account on your computer, son. Dad, don't go to my computer, Dad. Son, why is fur affinity bookmarked in your favorites? Why? I did not raise you. I did not raise you this way. Son more cultured than father. My son, I have no son. My son's dead to me. Son, in this household, you have no more fetishes like everybody else. But Dad, my big sister don't have a normal fetish. Say what? How do you know what fetishes your big sister has? And do I want to know? I don't know, Dad. Do you want to know what fetishes a big sister has? I don't think I do. I don't think I do want to know. Does your mom know about this? Imagine having like a fucking degenerative family like that. Everyone's got their own fucking porn site that they go to. It's like there has to be like a family rule. It's like nobody goes on anyone else's computer. Everyone's computer / laptop is sacred. Don't go into the bookmarks, basically. That's private. That's some private shit right there. Or maybe if you go to like therapy, go to family therapy, it's like everyone has to share. Everyone needs to share their favorite bookmarks. It's like, in order to have family unity, everyone must share their fetishes. It's like, doctor, are you sure? Are you sure, doctor? That's kind of personal, doctor. It's like I'm the one with the degree here, and I'm saying that everybody must share their fetishes. Like, well, I do like my big titties. Wow, Dad, you're so mainstream. That's so low key, Dad. So low key. It's like, shut up. Back in my day, big titties was the thing. And thick was the thing too. And now you youngsters all into lolies. Y'all into that flat chested shit. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. All right. That's enough culture talk. I gotta find a way to reset the server. It really bothers me. They're supposed to be statues, yet they turned to look at us. Well, now I don't think they're haunted. Come with me. Take a look at this. This statue is posed in a very precise motion for overhauling and servicing. Same goes for that statue over there. That statue's eyes are moving. It's looking at me. That one too. Zion silently deploys her barrier in front of the statues. Thank you. Don't worry, these aren't statues. They ought to be resident agents who originally lived in the sector. Were they turned into statues? No, I think they're here to fix these reactors. The resets are meant to drive their experiment forward, so these residents must have some degree of immunity to the resets. Really mature 400-year-olds can't resist those MILFs. Honestly, though, like, assuming that, like, humanity does find a way to, like, increase our age expectancy, like, really high in the future, it's like, would it be wrong for, like, a 200-year-old person to start dating, like, a 30-year-old person or something? Like, would that be considered, like, a cultural no-no? Or, like, would that be okay as long as they're both consenting adults? Like, you know, like, they don't talk about that much in, like, when it comes to, like, fantasy media. But, like, when, like, a 1,000-year-old elf gets with a human, it's like, how old is the human, right? Like, the human is, like, fucking 21 years old, and the elf is, like, 1,000 years old. It's like, is that wrong? It's like, in the elf's eyes, that 21-year-old human's, like, basically a kid. But in human age, though, the 21-year-old human's an adult. So, do we go with, like, as long as both sides are biologically adult, it's fine then? Imagine being, like, 800 years old, and you get with, like, a 50-year-old, you know? It's like, you can't do that. She's only 50 years old. You gotta get with someone your generation, your age or something. And it's like, would the 400-year-old even have anything in common with, like, the 30-year-old or something? Would you be considered, like, a cradle robber or something like that, you know? I mean, like, for me, like, I feel like if I can, like, upload my consciousness into, like, into a robo and live for 1,000 years playing video games or whatever shit, you know? Like, fuck, I'll go date some other robo girl. I'll go date another cyborg. Ishizoku Reviewers. Yo, Ishizoku Reviewers is culture as fuck, man. I don't care what anyone says. I need more of that shit to be made. Oh yeah. While we're agents from another sector, who needs Choco's confection to absorb authorizations? They don't need it. Every reset generates a huge amount of experimental data, and as more redundant data accumulates, the AIs gradually become incapable of operation. They move slower and slower until they turn to statues. So you're saying that the administrator probably only has his basic functions left because of too much redundant data. If we could fix the reactors, they ought to return to normal. Yes, Persicaria. Help me read the data from the statues and see if there were any useful actions in the past 99,861 attempts. 100,000. We get 100,000 resets. You never forgive Crunchyroll. But if you do that, you're turned to a statue as well. That won't happen because we have Choco. She can process this data, so it's a lot more easy digestible. Choco doesn't quite get it, but seems Choco can help. Yo, FNC be making them data cookies. You see, obviously I can't take 5 terabytes of data at once, guys. But I can take 5 terabytes of data and turn it into like 5 megabyte cookies. And then I can eat those 5 megabyte cookies. Tetsa, that exact saying is how we made it to my life as Inukai's dog. Yes, you're amazing, Choco. Choco smiles happily. And done. Let me taste it. This is sweet. The data density is really high. Is that what sweetness is in Magressi server? So like the denser the data, the more sweet it is. Let me try some too. Take it easy. This data might have been processed, but there's still a lot of it. What's wrong, Croquet? Are you feeling well? All this data. What's wrong with it? The data I have here is related to administration and information exchange. Nothing special about it. As a mechanical expert, all this data is a real blow to my self-esteem. The professional agents of Sevrong Heavy Industries seem to have considered just about every possibility. Am I saying that Choco's making raw files? Yeah, yo, she be making them 7-zip files, man. At Ultra. 7-zip files at Ultra compression. Just reactor number 2 structure alone has been revised 1,000 times. They also came up with hundreds of reactor-related scenarios. But in the end, they still failed. I admired those experts, and I've always admired Sevrong Heavy Industries. I've always walked in their footsteps, but now I have to solve a problem which even they couldn't handle. It feels like I'm being asked to do the impossible. Croquet seems a little depressed. But you have Choco! And us. At least we got a new way to process data now, right, Choco? Yep. Come to think of it, we've already done a lot of things which were regarded as impossible. Our actions in the Ralsum and Cyclops sector were considered impossible by others. Professor, there's no good serving up chicken soup for the soul at a time like this. Ralsum, Cyclops, Zion wants to see them. And I'd like to take you there. Those 2 sectors have some very special technology. Wait, I've got it. Judging by the look in your face, it seems we have a new goal come the next reset. Time's almost up, Zion. Put up your barrier. Okay. Oh, cool. We got the Croquet and Zion combo here. You know what? I forget where I saw this before, but I remember seeing fan art. I remember seeing fan art of like Girls Frontline, where like the commander gives like M4A1 like a flash drive, and like M4A1's like, oh, okay, and then like M4A1 like literally like eats the flash drive. Like she puts a fucking thumb drive like in her mouth or something, and then she's all like, thanks, Commander, that was good. And the commanders are like, you were supposed to put that in the laptop. And then like M4A1's like, oh, it's okay, Commander. I have the data in my now. I have it in my brain. Imagine like giving like fucking like CD-ROMs or flash drives to T-Dolls and they just eat them. That's how they do it. Yeah, Bastel shields, Captain America style. Yo, though, legit though, the shield that Croquet has though, it looks pretty cool, man. Like, Yo, like, if I were to ever make a cosplay for Girls Frontline or Project NeuroCloud, like, yo, I could totally make a Croquet cosplay. I think the last cosplay I ever did was like I want to say like maybe like 10 years ago, like 10 to 15 years ago. I used to cosplay like a lot back then, and I think the last cosplay I did was like something old school. It was like, I think I was like Inuyasha or somebody from the Inuyasha series. The reason why I stopped cosplaying though was because like it was a lot of work making the costumes. Oh, I didn't realize that there was a teleport node. There we go. That's those shields. Yo, I hope that someday Mika can collab with like Koei Temco, because I would play the shit out of like a Dynasty Warriors like Girls Frontline game or something. Dynasty Warriors Girls Frontline / Project NeuroCloud. That would be amazing. Man, the game is really making me play with nothing but guards, huh? This reminds me of Final Fantasy 1, like playthroughs that people would do, where they only pick like one class or something. Like people would like do like Final Fantasy 1 playthroughs where they make everyone into a white mage, and like it's the slowest playthrough ever. Imagine like having like a full party of healers, man. I know that there was like another RPG that like let you choose classes too. It was on the 3DS. I forget what it was called, but there's also like there's like over like 30 different combinations of classes you could do in that game. I never played it, but I know that people liked it though. I never had the time to play it. Guards, physical defense grows as their HP drops. I don't think I even need that, but I'll take it though. What did I get? Removes all debuffs on ally units and heals them for 380% hash rate. Jesse. Okay. You know what? I just realized we're never gonna. I don't think we'll ever get a Girls Frontline Project NeuroCloud collab, because like, if Mika was to ever make that kind of collab, they would have to make new sprites, and I don't think Mika wants to do that. They would have to make new 2D sprites for the NeuroCloud girls, but they would also have to make 3D sprites for the Girls Frontline girls. I mean, seeing like a 3D sprite for like M4A1 would be pretty cool though. Oh, I got the Willow assist. All right. I guess you could say that technically NeuroCloud is already a collab with Girls Frontline, but like I want like a real collab though. Putting Kluke in the game's not good enough for me, man. It's not good enough for me. Oh, wow. I don't even need to use the assist. Ally units had their hash rate increased by 50% when they were on energy herbs, blah, blah. Enemy units are silenced for after absorbing energy herbs during this period. They take their percent more damage. This affected us off stack. Oh, that seems pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. For no cost this time, obtain a random function card. Cool. Spend 20 coins to obtain 45 coins, 60 coins, or 5 coins. It's a cash coin gacha machine. How's your luck, Professor? Oh, I'm a gambler. I'm a gambler. Yeah, gambling always pays off. That is my life lesson for the day. Gambling pays off. I want to go through the trading area, so I guess I have to take this one then. My other life lesson is, if you know how to card count, then like you gotta limit how much money you win at the casino. Like, you don't want to win too much money. I usually tell people that the limit they want to go to is $1,000. After you win $1,000, leave. Even though like it's technically not cheating, like no casino wants to see you win though. So you have to make sure you don't win too much money, otherwise they will kick you out. And if you win too much money, they may even put you on the blacklist, and you can't go there ever again. So you gotta watch out for that shit. Casinos do count as private property, so like they could do whatever they want actually. They are private property. Like, it's not considered like a public space, like a park, and it's not considered like a governmental building, like a bank or something. So you have to follow the rules of the casino. Guards reduce the attack enemies within 2 tiles. I don't need that. I was looking at the protocols to see if there's like any positive protocols, but I ain't getting that lucky though. Not that I don't need to try hard here though. This does not need me to try hard. Alright, I need to spam my assists because otherwise I got them for nothing. That is the first time I've seen the Xeon thing. That is literally the first time I've seen it. I'm interested in Willow, actually. Like, I kind of slept on Willow at the start. I know Willow's not meta, but I kind of want to see her story. Powerful enemies, sure, why not? I used up all my fucking skills on the other battle. This works. Other than like these chapters where like they give you like the level up units already, I am pretty sure I am over leveled for like chapter 3 and 4, probably. Since like I've been doing my dailies at least every day. I still log in to do the dailies, even though like I haven't done the major campaign. Because, you know, obviously I wait for the next live stream or whatever, so I should be okay for the next couple chapters. Holy fuck! Boy, did I fucking like get like a huge list of shit I just unlocked. There we go, the gift workshop. I can make stuff now. It's like, you can see like just how much that I've been like hoarding shit. I have over like 13,000 of like these green polygonal crap right here. How much level up mass did I save up? That's a good question. That's a good question, and like I don't even know how to answer that other than to show you my inventory. That is actually a very good question. Wait. Here we go. Let's see. The experience I have right now is 20. Wait. Is that how much I have? Hold on. Might be easier for me to look at it this way. Alright, so here's my experience right now. I have 226. No, wait, 2 million? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have 2,265,283 experience. I'm also like maxed out for like all of my cards. Oh, I'm not maxed out. I'm not maxed out. Well, I maxed out on the small ones and medium ones. I have 8 large ones, and I have 2 key memory card challenge ones. And then like I have like a lot of like boxes that I haven't opened up in the inventory because like since I've been stuck on chapter 3 for so long, like I don't know what I need. So I'm keeping the boxes unopened until like I know what I need once I get to like my wall, basically. I did the same thing too for Nikkei. For Nikkei, I have boxes I haven't opened up yet because I was stuck on chapter 6 in Nikkei for so long. So I open the boxes when I need them. When I figure out like what I need to open and shit. So I should be good for the next few chapters. And then of course like I make sure I do my fragments every day. So I've been slowly getting my girls them stars and shit. And then like whenever like I actually feel like playing a little bit other than the dailies, then like I did like the endless exploration off stream and crap, at least the ones I could do. So I finished off Rosm like completely for both the Dark Realm and Standard. For Cyclops, I still need to do endless exploration a little bit. And then of course I haven't done it for Helios since I'm still in chapter 3. You upgraded another one to 70 like 2 weeks ago, and you don't have enough for Clue-K now? I mean, to be fair, they definitely dropped Clue-K on us, like randomly. They definitely threw that dartboard, and we got Clue-K early. You would need that insider information to know that we were getting Clue-K early. Oh yeah, we good. We Gucci. Be prepared for the vast assortment of function libraries. Enjoy collecting function cards. That's a lot of functions. That's a lot of functions. Because I'm so over-leveled, I'm pretty sure that I could just choose shit random right here, and it wouldn't even matter. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't need to worry about the meta right now. God, I fucking love the Persicaria costume. That is some fancy ass shit right there. Yo, that's kind of sexy. I know that's a fucking chibi thing right there. That's kind of sexy. Persicaria, are you trying to seduce me? I like seeing Antonina in a chibi like rage mode back there. She's so angry. She's so cute. Just clicking randomly. It does kind of annoy me that, like, you can't free to play the costumes in this game, though. Same thing too for Nikkei. Nikkei's the same way. You can't free to play the costumes. It costs money. It's like, now that I've bought in a costume, it's like now I feel like it'll be easier for me to buy future costumes because I've already bought a costume. I don't have to hold back anymore. It's all on the table. It's all out on the table. At least for now, I don't feel pressured to buy like the monthly package thing for Project NeuroCloud. I don't buy it for Nikkei either. I don't buy the monthly thing. I only buy the monthly gem package in Girls Frontline though. I buy that one still. You know what? Like, I definitely slept on V. Like, she looks like one of those like sussy characters that you always see like in anime and manga, but seeing V's personality in the Meghilda story, I was like, oh shit, V's pretty legit actually. She's a pretty cool character. And then Florence in this game is the same way that PA-15 is in Girls Frontline, so Florence has not changed. And then like, I guess FNC and Choco are about the same too. I don't see a difference in FNC and Choco. Find the difference between these two pictures, and then I would say that they're the same picture. And then if you show me a picture of like Persicaria and like Persica, I'll be all like, oh, there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of differences there. Okay, I know this is a long shot, but do you know what Mika should definitely invest in? And like, again, super long shot though. V and GFL win. You know, V, I could see V as either like an SMG, or I could see her as a handgun. Because I could see V as a support role in GFL. But yeah, like, I definitely slept on this game though, but I'm getting into this game now. I still kept on doing the dailies on the off chance that like I might get sucked into this game. And I guess now I'm in this game because I bought the costume for Persicaria. So I can't say that I'm not in this anymore. I can no longer be Tsundere. I can no longer be a Tsundere. It's not, I can't lie about my feelings. Honestly, I'm gonna say that Persicaria keeps me coming back. Considering that Persicaria is meant to be like a clone of Persica, honestly though, like, it would be kind of crazy if like they do canonize Persicaria in Girls Frontline, and both Persicaria and Persica, they both like work on like a new T-doll or something. Like, basically Persicaria is like doubling her intellect, right? Like, that's kind of like one way to look at it. Like, what they could do is, like, Persica can, like, try to work on, like, the hardware approach of it, and then Persicara can work on, like, Persicara can work on the Digimind or something of it. She could work on, like, the mental part, maybe. Like, what if there's an upgrade? What if M4A1 gets, like, another upgrade? And what if, like, Persicaria and Persican can both work on it, you know? Or, maybe not M4A1. Maybe like Row 635, because they keep saying that Row 65 is meant to be the new generation of T-Dolls. So, if Row 65 is so different, then maybe they could do something with that, you know? And since, like, I'm gonna use 45 as the basis for this, but since 40 lives in 45, then, like, they could do something, like, with Persicaria, too. Like, maybe Persicaria can live in another T-Doll. Yo, make Persicaria live in Dandelion, or some shit. I don't know. Or maybe they can make Persicaria live in the Commander's tablet. The Commander doesn't want to give up Persicaria, so he takes Persicaria with him. Yo, we could, like, upload Persicaria to, like, our fucking smartwatch. You got, like, a fucking iPhone smartwatch or some shit? When we open our eyes again, we're back in Chuckle's Chocolatier. Emperor gets a skill that increases her splash rates by 500% because why not? Right? Yo, actually, you know what? Rather than an offensive skill, I wouldn't mind the defensive skill. Like, when she had that solo fight with Dandelion, like, I wouldn't mind that. She had that, like, that barrier skill. That'd be kind of cool. Make her more of a tank or something. It's like, new M4A1 meta. Put her in the front line or some shit, you know? Ah, we're back again. However, it seems Croquet's found a solution. Yep. But the plan I have in mind is still very difficult. Why don't you tell us about it? Alright. Croquet projects an image of the 7 sectors before the group, and then takes a seat. While digesting the data left behind by the residents, I noticed something very strange. All of their solutions resolved around the 7 current reactors. Almost none of them drew on the advanced technology from the other sectors, such as Cyclops or the Rosum sector. Perhaps it was because the humans directly updated their technology before they lost contact with them. Anyway, they were unable to leave Helios, and they were unable to contact the humans either, which led to a stagnation in the technological development. But we can give them new technology. Aha! So it's like that, huh? I understand everything now. It doesn't get it at all. Croquet, try explaining it in terms even Cell can understand. What? It wasn't that complicated! It was absolutely not that complicated. But that's okay though. Soul's meant to be the muscle-bound character, I guess. Soul don't understand. Speak in simple words, please. Sorry, I get really excited when it comes to technology. Yo, Croquet would have a field day with Type 88's technology. Yo, Croquet could totally be like a Paradius unit or some shit. Simply put, the technologies of Helios sector as it cannot contain high energy within limited space. This is the main reason why they kept failing. So how would we solve this? Remember the Cyclops sector? Cyclops? You don't mean... The isolation wall! Yes, I knew you'd say that, Professor. The data density of the isolation wall of the Cyclops sector was extremely high. You could try borrowing that technology. As long as we modify the shielding layers of all the reactors in the isolation walls, we will be able to easily limit the energy dispersion of the Arcpire. It does sound plausible. I think I preserved the sample data from the isolation wall back then. Also, there's the Rosum sector. Their AI research. Yes, they established AI control hubs to better perform their research. That's exactly what the agents here lack. It's true, the agents here are just too dumb, which is why their work efficiency is so low. Your agents are dumb. My agents are smarter. You know what? You know what, Persica actually, she went too hard on that one. What she should have said was, oh, the agents here are less efficient in their intelligent means or some shit. I don't know. I feel like Persica could have used like more flowery language instead of just saying the agents here are too dumb. The agents here do not have enough hard drive space. they don't have the RAM. The agents here do not have the processing power necessary to compute higher frequencies. I don't know. I'm coming up with some stuff now. It's like, yo, my man needs like a refurbish or something. But I need like a higher core count. My agent here only is like a 2 processor core count agent. I need like a 8 core processor agent or some shit with like 300 gigs of RAM. My current agent only has 1 gig of RAM, 2 core processor, and an 8 gigabyte hard drive. That reminds me, like, I still have it, and I don't know what I'm ever gonna do with it, but I do have, like, an external hard drive. Like, not a flash drive. I have this old external hard drive I used back in the day. It's in, like, one of my computer boxes, but it's an 80 gigabyte external hard drive. And when I say external hard drive, I mean, like, the kind that you actually had to, like, plug into the wall. Like you had to plug into the wall for external power. And, of course, it's from back in the day, so it's USB 2.0. And it's an 80 gigabyte USB 2.0 external hard drive. But I have a flash drive, though, and my flash drive is, like, an 8 gigabyte USB 3.0 flash drive. So, why would I ever need to use this 80 gigabyte external hard drive 2.0 now? I don't even know, but I still have it for some reason, and I don't want to get rid of it. It works though. It technically still works. It's just outdated. They only have RTX 5080. They really need to upgrade. Just download more RAM, bro. It's so easy. Just Google it. Google how to download more RAM, and I promise you won't go into like a sussy website. All you have to do is pay the monthly bill of $80 a month to my company, www.downloadram.com, and we'll give you your computer more RAM, but you gotta pay monthly though. Hashtag not a scam. I assure you, I'm a legitimate business. The combined operands needed to operate the 7 routes is massive. There's no way the simple AI system here could manage it. But if we gave them some assistance. After Croquet's explanation, everyone finally realizes the key to solving the problem. This ray of hope after countless loops brings a smile to everyone's face. However, Croquet's expression is still very severe. Croquet? Well, that's how it is in theory, but practicality speaking, this is a very large risk. Look at these statues. They're the resident agents of the sector. The massive amounts of operands they have to handle and the redundant data left over from the countless loops have slowed their operation speed to almost 0. If we're going to complete the technology update in their place and operate the reactors in unison, there's a possibility we might end up as statues too. So happy! So happy! Let's be happy together. I like the fucking text emojis. My screws are all tightened. My energy supply is normal. No extra needs except for chocolate. Wait, Mini Robot B, I have a question. How do we eat chocolate? We do not have mouths. We have an LCD screen that simply simulates a face, but we do not have that. How do we eat chocolate? I am going through an existential crisis right now, Mini Robot B. How do we live? Are we just data? No overtime. Want chocolate. Clear their cache. I want chocolate too. Work first, chocolate later. The Watchers are all here. Don't slack. Oops, Alpha is here. Run, run. I do not like that Alpha robot. Just because that Alpha robot is the first letter of the alphabet, he thinks he can boss us around. The arc fire has not been lit. We must keep it working on it. Okay. Why do we speak in text emojis? It seems very inefficient, actually. Or we might end up like them. Only very simple AIs can function under these conditions. When I think about how Croquet would look running around with an emoji on her face, suddenly it doesn't seem so bad. Hey, be serious. Be serious. Okay, back to the topic. Do you think we'll remember what we're supposed to do if we all become emoji faces? So calls out to the mini robot. Do you remember what you should be doing? Repairs. Repairs where? I don't know. I know what my mission parameters are, but I don't know the location of those mission parameters. That's the problem. We must repair this human. You dork, humans can't be repaired. Huh? That's right, humans. Croquet turns towards me, a pure certainty in her eyes. Professor, we need your help, because you're the only human here. Woo! Look at that recommended power, 8,000 out of my 29,000 team power. Don't know if I could beat this one. The optical power of Fresnel's thing has 400,000 lumens. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. Hold on. So I live in Vegas. I think our lumens for the Luxor is like over 1 million. Luxor lumen. How many lumens is Luxor light? Oh God! All right. So from what I'm seeing on here. The sky beam. All right. So the sky beam for the Luxor in Las Vegas. So there's 39 lamps, and each lamp is like over 7,000 watts or something. It costs about $1,200. At full power, the system costs $51 to operate, with $20 per hour of that for just 3,015 watts. 300,015 watts of electricity. At 42.3 billion candela. A candela is a unit of luminous intensity. Damn, bro. I think the Las Vegas Luxor is more. Let's see. I'm getting two numbers here. I'm either getting 9 billion candela or 42 billion candela. And 39 light bulbs produce about 13 million lumens, it says. So the Luxor light in Las Vegas is more than Fresno's light is. Suck on that, Fresno. Yeah, Fresno ain't got shit. I could use the elevator thing to go up and down, but I don't need the extra power. I really don't. I'm going to purposely like try and go through all like the gray tiered like nodes, so that way like I spend less time in combat. One thing that like I don't like about this game, but like I know it's normal for gachas though. I've always found it like odd in gacha games how like when your characters fight, they technically don't gain experience. Like the way experience is gotten in gacha games is either like you have to feed experience to like your units, like you have to feed them items, or you have to feed them like duplication characters you get to make them stronger or something. Like, I don't know, like as someone who is like a long time like RPG player, like I'm just not used to the idea of like seeing my units get into a fight, but then for some reason they don't get stronger from that fight though. You could just auto at this point? Yeah, pretty much. The only reason why like I'm still like manually like doing it is because like the auto sometimes takes like a weird pathing, unless like you try and like control it a little bit. So that's why like I'm trying to like just click on it still, so that way like I just make them fight less, you know. Like, I look at it to see, like, where all, like, the function libraries are and, like, where the anomalies are, so less combat. I mean, like, at my level, the combat is only taking about, like, 5 seconds. But you know what, though? That's an extra 5 seconds I'm saving. It takes me, like, 2 seconds to go through a function library. But it takes me, like, 5 or 6 seconds to go through combat. So, I'm avoiding the combat whenever possible. I've never really been able to get too far in the in like the vulnerability like stage thing, like that you get every week, and that's probably because like I never properly learned like the card combos. Whatever the protocol combos are, I never properly learned them. I remember seeing during the inadvertent Mordant event, like I saw people on the Reddit talking about like how they were like getting Croquet to do like super backlash damage or something. Like they were saying like Croquet can get like over like 30,000 damage in backlash damage, or like people were getting like a bunch of like allergy buff damage on Persicaria, and like I never thought about like combining like the protocols like that. But again, I never had to properly learn it. My entire playthrough of Neuro Project right now has just been being over-leveled, so I never had to like play at like at the right level or something. The only time I was ever at the appropriate level was when I first started the game, obviously. But of course, like Chapter 0 is meant to be a freebie. Chapter 0 is all just story shit. I actually legitimately would love to like pay V to do like surgery on my face, not gonna lie. Because like I actually have a lot of scars on my face from like when I was younger. I wouldn't mind getting those scars out actually. You mostly abuse hash rate stack on cure for most stages. You know what? Like, that's actually what I gravitated towards, too. I gravitated towards, like, a lot of hash rate stuff. When, like, I kind of read the protocol buffs for a little bit. I remember doing, like, a little bit of Gatcherine for Kuro, like, the first time she came out, and I didn't get her. And then, like, we had the Kuro repeat banner, and I didn't get her in this repeat banner either. But, like, I didn't Gacha a whole lot, though, because, like, I was specifically trying to save up for Kluke. I mean, like, I still Gacha, of course, but I didn't want to use up all my key cards for the Gacha. Yeah, I never did get Kuro. I think I Gacha for Kuro like at least like 6 times. I think. I didn't get her still. I ended up getting like other 3 stars, but no Kuro for me. After the next reset, everyone begins to plan to modify the Arc Pyre. This plan would entail a great deal of risk. It may even affect everyone's neurocloud. But I hope you replace your trust in me anyway. We all trust you, Croquet. Thank you. I'll explain what I need everyone to do after this. We need to modify the reactors. During this process, we may end up having to perform massive amounts of computations. When the time comes, everyone other than the professor and myself will have to steadily shut down their consciousness functions and only retain the ability to accept instructions from myself and the professor. That's because we're going to save what little computation space there is for the reactors. Choco will help us take care of the code that's hard to digest. Leave it to me. I'm gonna fucking compress all this shit. This is what you need to do next, Professor. When we restart the reactors, everyone's neuroclouds are going to slowly shut down. In other words, we won't be able to provide effective observation and feedback. Therefore, we need you to observe on our behalf and get everyone commands when needed. I'll take care of it. We're all counting on you. The modification works proceed amidst a tense atmosphere. We only managed to finish a single complete modification 2 resets away from data deletion. However, it is at this moment that everyone notices an unwelcome guest within the shadows of the chocolatier. Oh my, how amazing! Looks like you really are going to complete the Arc Pyre project. Make sure to use Renoir. I'm on the Renoir free trial for life, baby. I would never pay for Renoir free trial. Everyone, watch out. What are you doing here? Relax, relax. I'm just here to mooch the chocolate. I'm also here to witness the potential ignition of the Arc Pyre. It's a historic moment, you know, but it's mainly because of the chocolate, though. Please come up with a better excuse. You're simply biding your time to strike. The reason why you didn't do anything to us before this was because you were interested in us or because of the chocolate. You simply felt there was no way we could escape. But now, Croquet's hard work has made that a possibility. Oh, I don't like being that direct. Opening candy wrappers is an enjoyable process too. After all, I'm good friends with Choco and Zion. Huh. Since when were Sanctifiers so sociable? You seem to have gotten something wrong. While I, Eucharist, am hardly a socially incompetent shut-in, Choco counts as one of the few people I truly consider a friend. Also, you can't buy Choco's chocolates anywhere, so I'm not willing to lose her. Mmm, delicious. But ultimately, you're a Sanctifier. Indeed, I am. When you get down to it, I am a Sanctifier, and I have unavoidable circumstances of my own. Does Renoir still survive in 2070? You know what? It does. It does, Panzer. It would just be under a different name. Google's gonna buy it. It'll be under like a Google term. It'll be called like Google Zip or something. Do they still have VLC Media Player? Nah, IOP owns that shit now. It's gonna be called the IOP Player. Eucharist shakes her head and sighs heavily before pointing to one of the finished reactors. Still, you're better off working on those reactors before something goes wrong with them, rather than waste your energy on me while I haven't done anything to you yet. Just as she finishes speaking, the reactor Eucharist is pointing and the area around it suddenly begins trembling. The entire region begins continuously distorting, and it seems as though the modifications we worked so hard to put in place are about to be destroyed. You bitch! What the hell did you do? Rage fills Croquet's eyes as she sees this and she lifts her shield, preparing to bring it down on Eucharist. I didn't do anything. That's the data deletion process. If you're going to lie, at least make it more convincing. Did you think we weren't keeping track of things? That's why I said you missed something, out. Why do you think the residents were willing to endure countless resets rather than leave the sector to look for technology from the outside world? That's because leaving will cause something worse to happen. What are you talking about? The truth is, you already know. This is a highly classified industrial research sector. Now, if external data made its way in and affected the experiment, that would also trigger the deletion process. Fortunately, you still have a chance, because completing the experiment takes priority over resets. However, can you actually complete it? Croquet glares hatefully at Eucharist before gritting her teeth and running over to the problematic reactor. I'm about to follow her before Eucharist suddenly chuckles and says a few words to me. You're special, Professor. You're just too special. I wonder why is that? It seems you retain your memories without eating the chocolate. What are you trying to say? What if you're the same as me? Alright, I've said what I wanted to say. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the show while munching chocolate. She's just like me! For real, for real! I hurry over to the reactor and everyone follows me. How is it, Croquet? Professor, it's all over. Why? This isolation wall looks pretty solid, doesn't it? Yes, it is pretty solid. Look, the AI control hub there is completely destroyed, but the wall is still fine. We look in the direction where Croquet's finger is pointing, and see dark red data flows permeating inside the isolation walls, consuming the central system. What happens if we force a startup in the plan right now? There is no AI control system to regulate the energy flows, so all we can do is pray that it works smoothly by itself, like the countless times before. But as you know, you're basically betting everything on your last two draws of the gacha. And there's no pity to save us. Zion, go in. Manually operate. No can do. The entire region is being deleted and reset. And if any of us went in there directly. Croquet chucks a pebble at the region where the reactor is. In the blink of an eye, the pebble is utterly deleted. After seeing this, Eucharist's words suddenly echo in my ear. What if you're the same as me? These words gnaw at me. The same as her. What did she say? The same? Why was she not reset? We were doing completely different things. She was clearly just observing. Yes, she was just observing. Yes, because I'm just observing all this too. That makes sense. There's no way to confirm the validity of her words, but I know that I have to try this. It's our only chance. With that in mind, I take a step forward. Well then, let's see if Eucharist was lying after all. Professor, no, you can't! I'll be fine. No, we can't let you take that risk. Let me go instead. Trust me! Ignoring the protests of everyone, I reach a hand in the region where the reactor is. I was originally here to assist you as an observer, and every single attempt before this ended in failure. Or rather, the truth is, we don't know the outcome. In other words, I'm the only one who can observe the superimposition of both states. Wait, what are you talking about? No, you can't. You mustn't. Even if it's like what you said, you don't know how to operate it manually either. Alright, let me assist the professor then. Croquet, what are you saying? Do you know what the professor wants to do? I told you, I trust the professor. I'll help them out. The professor believed in me before, so now I'm gonna believe in the professor too. Croquet stops Persicaria, who's trying to talk me out of it, and turns to me with a serious look on her face. Professor, it's all up to you now. Alright, I'll be counting on you to back me up, Croquet. Trust me, Persicaria, all the necessary conditions have been met. Alright then. Yo, this shit looks awesome. Persicaria and Soul take over the AI system, and their movements slow down. However, they successfully control the speed of the reactor's collapse. Croquet, I've arrived. Professor, please describe what you see. Control conduits are all jumbled up. I can't tell which is which. We'll start with a simple test. Zion, send an energy pulse through. Use the AC interface, minimum threshold. Several minutes later, the blue conduit in front of me glows faintly. The blue one lit up. Zion, send an energy pulse through. Use the BC interface, minimum threshold. Several minutes later, the red conduit in front of me glows faintly. The red one lit up. Immediately after that, Croquet and Zion perform several more tests. Time is growing tighter and tighter. Standing inside the reactor, I can clearly feel the structure slowly approaching the brink of destruction. We don't have time, Croquet. How are the tests going? We still have problems that need to be fixed. Right now, I don't know if the blue conduit is stable, or the red one. I'm not physically present, so there's a lot of details I can't see, so I can't make a decision. I'll be your eyes. Tell me, what do you want to see? I don't know. Croquet, have you heard the story of the cat in the box? Is he talking about Schrodinger's cat? Huh? What cat? A long time ago, some evil bastard put a poor little cat in a box containing a poison gas capsule. But whether or not the gas would be released was left to chance. Oh my god! He is totally talking about Schrodinger's cat. Wait, but that's not a real experiment though, right? Isn't Schrodinger's cat just a thought experiment? It's a thought experiment. It's not a real experiment. At least I don't think it was a real experiment. So nobody knew the cat in the box was dead or not. Unless they opened the box to check. Do you know what they decided to do in the end? What did they do? They decided not to open the box. As long as they didn't go and look, they would never know if the cat was dead or not. That's just stupid. Oh yes, very stupid. So I'm not gonna be the cat. I don't need to leave my fortune up to random chance, and I won't collapse under the superimposed possibilities. Thought experiment? Yeah, exactly, thought experiment. I am the observer in the box. You are the cat outside the box. And therefore, you are me. The reality we have both observed is now entangled and anchored. The outcome has already been decided, even before the box has opened. They didn't do it for real, of course, but they believe it. I mean, to be fair, humanity has done a lot of messed up experiments, though. Like I know that there was the fucking there was like the dog experiment or something where the dude, he gave like the dogs like a lot of electrical shocks like when they see food and shit. I forget what the experiment was called, but there was a guy that did that dog experiment with a bunch of electrical shocks and stuff. It's like it caused the dogs like salivate or something when they saw food or whatever. What are you saying, Professor? It doesn't matter, Croquet. None of this matters. Just tell me what you want to see. The reality I observe is the ending that you choose. Believe in me, and believe in yourself. Professor, which conduit is heading up? The blue one. What now, Croquet? Which one is it? I. Croquet's breathing grows faster and shallower in my ear mic. The shaking of the building below my feet grows more and more intense. I know very well that if we do nothing, it'll be too late to do anything. But at the same time, I know very well what kind of stress Croquet must be carrying on her shoulders right now. This is the last step in the whole process. She believes that this step will allow no failure. It's merely the outcome that's already been decided. Believe in yourself. Believe that the moment you open the box, the living cat will decide the observer's existence. So just believe in yourself, Croquet. You're the expert after all. You're right, Professor. I am the mechanical expert. Pull the blue one! In that moment, I pull the lever down. The liquid energy streams past my eyes, radiating intense light. The vibrations under my feet suddenly come to a halt, as though everything were returned to dead silence. In the next moment, it is followed by an even more intense continuous series of vibrations, along with the ear-splitting shears. The arc pyre blazes brightly in the heart of the Helios sector. We did it, Professor! We did it! Yes, I've observed it. We did it. Cheers resound through my ear mic. I breathe a sigh of relief. However, it is at this moment that an untimely voice cuts in. Like I was saying, you guys are really making things difficult for me. The Sanctifier girl's form once again blocks our path. Holy shit. That's a lot of bullshit. Ah, but I see the deep diagnosis area. Honestly, to be fair though, like, because I'm over leveled, I assume that I could probably beat it even if I don't actually like delete those protocols. Yeah, I'm going to assume that even if I don't delete all of like Eucharis's skills, I probably still win. I mean, like, I'm still gonna delete it, of course. I'm just gonna delete one at random. Complete a battle in an advanced conflict zone, and you can delete a root protocol. Restore HP. HP restore increases by 100%. Sure, I'll take that one out. You don't get to heal for me. No healing. No healing. Teleport pad, teleport pad, teleport pad. Rossi was the one that I chose for like my freebie 3-star unit. Just because, like, you know, G36, so I picked her. It is kind of weird that, like, G36 is, like, one of, like, the more rare 3-stars to get in Girls Frontline. Like, well, 4-star. She's a 4-star. But, like, for some reason, like, she's obscenely rare to get. Almost the same as, like, Type 88, I believe. So, like, it's really hard to get them, even though they're not that strong until after they get their Digimind. And they were rare even before, like, Digimind was even a thing. God, this shit is 3 layers? Fuck. It's like, it's not even a hard, it's just a waste of time for me. Nanaka was your pick? For me, like, when I was picking out, like, my free 3-star, it's like, I couldn't justify any of the new characters for me, because, like, back then, I was still very dismissive of this game. I couldn't, like, I didn't want to learn about the characters. I was still, like, very skeptical. I was like, well, I don't give a shit about this game. It's just a weird game they made or whatever. But now, like, now it's definitely grabbed me, you know? Let's delete another root protocol. We reflect 50% of the damage from long-range enemies. She inflicts damage at 30% after her 1 stack, blah blah. Continue throws Holy Sacrament at random enemies. Cool, cool. I remember one thing that actually like confused me a lot. Was like one of Faith's abilities. One of Faith's abilities like always confused me. It's that one ability that Faith has where like she like gains HP from like specials or something. And like my ass like did not want to read Faith's abilities because I was too lazy. So like I was always confused why Faith kept on gaining HP. And it's like when I finally took the time to actually read her skills, I was like, oh, okay, it's a timing issue. So like don't use my specials when Faith is like in that HP absorption mode. And then like once I actually looked at their skill and their skill cooldowns, I was like, oh, okay, Faith is easy now. I actually had to like try now. I actually gotta like know what I'm doing. I gotta pretend like I know what I'm doing. I guess I will say, like, one big difference, too, for, like, the combat in this game versus, like, in Girls Frontline. I feel like in Girls Frontline, it doesn't benefit me as much to know the skills of bosses beforehand versus this game. I feel like this game, I have more counterplay for skills versus in Girls Frontline. In Girls Frontline, sometimes it feels like you can't even dodge the boss moves, so all you can do is like, tank it, you know? Like, there's nothing you could do, basically, for, like, a lot of those boss skills. When the boss like shoots out their super move, it's like, well, this is where I'm at right now. This is what I gotta deal with. I do think too that in Girls Frontline, Mika didn't do a good job of making the player like actually learn how to fight against bosses at the start of the game. It's like, okay, like if I put Scarecrow aside, Scarecrow's the first boss of the game, and Scarecrow kind of just sits there and lets herself get shot. But also, Scarecrow doesn't have any skills though. And they do the same thing too for like Hunter and Executioner and shit. But then like all of a sudden like Arctic Warfare comes in, and then like Architect has a dodgeable skill, but there was kind of like nothing before that point to force the player to learn about dodging skills. It was all like, you gotta be stronger, and if you die, go level up or something. The game never really taught the player how to do shit, in my opinion, in Girls Frontline. There was no teaching moment. Girls Frontline is also kind of weird too, in that like past chapter 7, like they kind of expect your character to be at level 100 now, and like you're basically at the level cap all the time. So any chapter past chapter 7, it's all pure strategy. There's no such thing as like getting stronger anymore, unless you count Digimon. And it's kind of funny because like if you lose a mission, like the tooltip is still there. It's like, oh, like you should level up your T-dolls and then like try again or something. But it's a like game. I'm on like fucking like chapter 13. I can't level up my T-dolls anymore. What do you want from me? It's like I literally cannot level up anymore. It's like at that point, like you basically do need to actually learn like proper like team compositions in Girls Frontline. It's like that's about the only thing you can do. Just gonna upgrade shit. Don't really need it though. Upgrade a card. Sure, I increase my deck size at the cost of everyone's HP. I don't need that HP. Oh, finally, I'm on freaking layer 3, finally. Sometimes, like, it feels like I'm in the layers forever. It's a full mod 3 team with 5-star level 100 fairy. What do you want? Exactly right. It's like, maybe you should gacha for the fucking ringleader character, you know? And not just a regular ringleader character. It's gotta be a 4-star ringleader, which means you need to gacha for that ringleader at least 5 times or something. Because the first time you get the 0-star, so they want you to gacha for a ringleader 5 times. Right now, like, the only stars I have like a 1-star hunter, and I have like a 1-star architect, I think. Oh, I have a 1-star white Naito. Oh yeah, I have a 1-star alchemist. Yeah, I think I got that one too. I feel bad for punching the loli that just wants chocolates. Am I the monster? I'm the bad guy here. Enigma Center permission granted. Yo, that was pretty cool, actually. You know what I like about this game, too? I like how, for doing the story, it's technically free. Like, obviously, like, you won't get any of, like, the extra shit, but, like, if you just want to do just the story is, like, actually free. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. Versus, like, in Girls Frontline, where, like, in Girls Frontline, if you have no resources, like, you actually can't even, like, do a stage. I mean, like, I think I've only had that be a problem in Girls Frontline, like, at the very beginning. Especially, like, back when I played, when, like, it wasn't, like, it was very grindy. I remember I did a test way back in the day for my second account. Like, I did it, like, in the second year of Girls Frontline. I made a second account, I streamed it, and I wanted to see, like, how far I could get in the game with, like, my knowledge of, like, the gameplay. And the highest I was able to get to was, like, Chapter 3. And then, like, legit Chapter 3, I couldn't play anymore. And it actually had nothing to do with me being underleveled. I actually ran out of resources. Like now, like, cause back then they didn't have like the newbie quest back in the game. That was like put in like afterwards, like in the Digimon like update or something. Back in the day for Girls Frontline, like they didn't give you a whole lot of resources, so I was able to play to Chapter 3 as most efficiently as possible. But I had 0 resources. I had like 10 ammo. I had like 5 rations. I had like 6 manpower. So like, I literally hit the wall, and the only thing I could do was like wait for resources to come in. Thankfully, it's better now though. Like, I think if you were to make a new account right now in Girls Frontline and you were following a guide, you could probably like get to like Chapter 13 just fine, you know? Like, even with like the most basic setup, and even with like bad factory gacha or something. I mean, the factory gacha even gives you like fucking like the 2 freebie chosen factory or whatever. I think like a lot of the guides say you should pick like AN 95 or something, and 94, and you should pick Grape or whatever. Because like Grape is a really good rifle to get, and I think AN 94 was a good rifle to get or whatever. If you didn't gacha her for free or something. Back in my day, the game was grindy, man. I'm telling you, back in my day. Back in my day. You guys are pretty good. How about this then? Eucharist chuckles as she weighs her weapon in her hand and sends Croquet flying along with her shield. Little E! Why are you doing this? Aren't we friends? Choco, stay back. Little E, dangerous. Of course we're friends. You gave me so much chocolate and treated me so well. How can we not be friends? Then why you're hurting everyone? They're my friends too. I didn't want to do it either, but I am a sanctifier, Choco. I could close one eye to you before the arc pyre was lit, but it's burning now. You really are amazing to have done something that the Helio Sector tried for so long to accomplish but never did. For that, I truly respect you. However, it also means I can't just stand aside and watch. Eucharist floats in midair. Her petite body radiates an impressive atmosphere. Little E, you're a big old meanie. I'm never making chocolate for you again. Really now? Eucharist's body trembles slightly, but she soon returns to normal. Yo, that got to her. Yo, that's her fucking trigger word. What a shame. How about you, Zion? Do you have anything to say to me? Won't let you pass. It hurts everyone. I see. I was planning to go after the two of you last. We are good friends after all. But if you insist on getting in my way, then I have no choice. Ugh. The sudden attack stuns everyone on the scene. No harming the guest of Helio Sector. Attack! Attack! Chase all the baddies out! Out of my way! Out of my way! Countless mini-robots flood in all directions towards Eucharist. You! Does the Helio Sector intend to make enemies of Sanctifiers? I mean, to be fair, we already have basically like 2 sectors already, so... What are enemies? What are Sanctifiers? What's Helio Sector? Oh! Helio Sector is our home. You're stupid, C. Very, very stupid. The mini-robots make a racket and shove each other as they press into Eucharist, forcing her to back away. You! Haha, you might be agents, but I'll be forced to take action if you go too far. Dream on! Don't forget about us. Oh my, what should I do now? Outnumbered and cornered, Eucharist has no choice but to soar into the sky and pull away from us. In my capacity as a greater sanctifier, I warn the agents of the Helio Sector to stop attacking immediately. Otherwise, you will be charged with harboring irregular agents. Start building anti-air emplacements. Roger. Roger. Are you sure you want to? The outstanding contributors who have helped complete the Arc Pyre project are Helio Sector's most valued guest. Yo! Yo, this administrator. Yo, he going balls, man. Eucharist suddenly curbs her sternness and sighs in resignation. Is that so? Fine, I understand. We've confronted each other already. That ought to count, right? Mission log. Sanctifier Eucharist met with stubborn resistance within the Helio Sector. Fine, fine. I won't fight you anymore. You got the entire sector on your side. How fortunate. In that case, see you later, Zion and Choco. And so Eucharist leaves, without making any hostile proclamations or leaving any harsh remarks behind. The tremendous shift in attitude makes one wonder if she was waiting for that moment all along. Is everyone alright? We're fine, thanks for your help. It is the least I could do. After all, you are outstanding contributors who have helped complete the Arc Pyre project. So now, we could not allow you to come to harm within Helio Sector. Do you have any other requirements? We don't need anything, we just want to go home ASAP. Persecutor tugs on Soul's sleeve without changing her facial expression. We were wondering if the Helio Sector would like to forge a cooperative relationship with us. Best bro, admin. Of course, Helios Sector would be honored to do so. Please, come with me. There is one more thing I would like to ask of you before we discuss these matters. Is there some other experiment that needs our help too? Of course not. The Arc Pyre project was the only experiment being run in the Helios Sector, and the purpose of our existence is merely to watch the ignition of the Arc Pyre. Then what else do you need us for? I need to know your names and capture your appearance data. The final task of Helios Sector is to carve statues of our outstanding contributors for the admiration of future generations. After finishing that task, Helios Sector will truly fulfill its reason for existence. No matter what request you make of us after that, we will devote all of our efforts to complying with them. Wow, statues. That sounds really fun. Weren't you in a hurry to head back to the Oasis just now? Why are you so excited all of a sudden? Oh, the crisis is over, isn't it? Relax, relax. Could you help fulfill our wishes? Of course. I am Persicaria, and this is the professor. I'm Croquet. And I'm Soul. Zeon. I'm Choco. Cho, as in chocolate. Co, as in cocoa. Understood. Your names have been recorded. I will arrange for the factories to begin producing statues. Hang on, I don't think we managed to get your name. My name is Firewood, esteemed professor. Yo, that's actually a pretty hard name, not gonna lie. That's a pretty tight name. Oh, I get it! Because the Arc Pyre, and like they're trying to light it and shit. That's why his name is Firewood. Oh my god, that's so cool. I like it. Firewood bows to us, then turns and leaves. Right after Firewood leaves, the mini robots swarm in. Our heroes. I wanna play with the guest. Wanna go on tour with Helios with me? The throng of eager robots surround us, and we are brought back to the depths of Helios Sector. All these mini robots, and there's no sign of the original 3. There's me. There's me. There's one more. There's only 2 of us. There have only ever been 2 of us. 2 of us. 2 of us. I remember there were 3. I remember there were 3 too. Let me go check the logs. That's strange. The logs only show 2 of them. Could it have been a cat? Or maybe it was a ghost? It's a ghost. It's hard to decide this in Chapter 4 for your favorite. Well, I hope Chapter 4 I like too then. Ghosts are scary. Ghosts are scary? Ghosts are scary. Ah! Ah! Alright, cool. Alright, we got the Dark Realm shit. I kind of like actually ahead like already did like some of the battles, so now I could read the little extra chapters. Helios Sector Reactor number 3. Let me see. Log entry 5025 class observation. Outcome poor. The energy source remains inert even after simulation. Particle aggregate observations are mechanical hiccups. Error. Redundant data detected. Crash risk present. The agent slaps its own head in mild confusion. Check in for reason. Check failed. Hello. The agent looks in the direction where the voice comes from and sees a petite girl standing beside him. To the agent, her status is quite obvious. She is a sanctifier. You're off to work for now. You're off work for now, right? Yes. May I know what you want? I haven't violated any statutes, have I? I'm not a regular agent. Of course not. You're cute and obedient. I've been observing you for some time now. Observing me for some time now? Of course, cute kids ought to be rewarded, so... How could I not answer any questions you have? Go to these coordinates and you'll find the reason. The petite sanctifier places a silver icon in the agent's hand, then turns and leaves. At Chocolatier. Welcome to the Chocolatier. Do you need anything? Hello, Choco. You said the same thing this time, too. How interesting. How did you know Choco's name? And what do you mean by this time? Let me think. That's because your name is written on the signboard over there. It's obvious. Oh yes, Choco was careless. And what would you like? 1 packet of milk chocolate wafers, please, and thank you. Ah, so this is before Choco was making like the memory chocolates. Choco nods and bends down and take out the package from behind the counter. Eucharist supports her head in her hands, looking boredly outside. That'll be 30 DGCs. Come again. I will. I seem to have forgotten to bring money with me today. Huh? But then you can't take the chocolate away without paying. Aw, it'll be fine. I'll pay the next time I come. But Choco doesn't have store tabs. Relax, don't worry. I'm a sanctifier. Do you think I would default on my depths? With that, Eucharist opens a packet of chocolate and takes a bite in front of her. As Choco watches worriedly, Eucharist heads outside. This is yummy. I'll go get the DGC, right? Look out! Eucharist freezes in her tracks and the agent suddenly strides out in front of her. Wait a minute! Does this mean that Eucharist has essentially been getting free chocolate for a few loops? It totally does. It's like, put it on my tab, and then like the reset happens. It's like, I'll pay next time. The reset happens, and then like Choco won't remember anyway. So that means Eucharist probably has a huge debt, but you know, Choco don't remember. That was close. He nearly hit you. That's strange. Usually these researchers aren't in a rush. Is there something special today? Haha, who knows? Sequence number 1, error cause. Abnormal activity in reactor number 1. Rectification is over. Sector reset complete. Reset number 75, error cause. Abnormal reactivity number 1. Sequence 5025, error cause. free Choco. These logs are all from today. Why is our data being preserved? Isn't anyone screening this? The agent reaches the control room. Administrator, there's large quantities of unsorted data at these coordinates. I wish to request a troubleshoot. These coordinates. Thanks for your feedback. I'll troubleshoot it. After examination, there is no problems with the file data at these coordinates. But if this redundant data accumulates, it will bring all of our agents to a halt. We need more detailed data to examine the effects of each element in the agent. Even if it means we all stall out because of it? The report has been handled. Please return to your position. The ground of the control center begins shaking. At this rate, we'll become nothing more than storage banks for data. We were created for the Archpire. It can't be helped, even if we become storage banks. Please return to your position and continue your observations. The agent closes its eyes. Within its computational core, it sees a distant shockwave piercing through the buildings of the sector and approaching the control center. The blast is coming. Everything I have done will be reduced to ash in the violent explosion in the reactor pile. Will we succeed before we permanently shut down, Administrator? We. The operants deform under the incoming thermal spike. The roar of the explosion and the white light are reduced to monotonous noise. Sequence number 5053, commencing rectification. All complex agents were permanently stalled within 3 resets. Agents' control efficiency will be markedly degraded, requesting downgrade of implementer intellect. Downgrade complete. At Choco's Chocolatier. Welcome to the Chocolatier. Do you need anything? Hello, Choco. Yo, we just been here. Call me crazy, but we just been here. I'm getting a strong sense of deja vu. You said the same thing this time too. Honestly, it's getting boring now. How did you know Choco's name? And what did you mean by this time? Let me think. That's because your name is written on the signboard over there. It's obvious. Ah, yes, Chocolate was careless. And what? Okay, wait. So, like, does this mean that Eucharist has been, like, going all through, like, these 100,000 resets? Because that's kind of crazy, actually. Because if Eucharist is the sanctifier for, like, this sector, then, like, she knows about the resets, and she doesn't get affected by the resets. So, she's been watching the Helios sector reset over and over and over again. And, like, I guess the only new thing that happened in those resets was Choco and Zion coming. Like, that probably, like, made it, like, much more fun for Eucharist then. Because, like, she saw the agents getting dumber and dumber. So, Choco showing up, like, was a highlight of, like, all these resets. I'm here to pay my tab. Here's 30 DGC. She's been doing the resets for free. Huh? You're paying your tab? Have you misremembered, perhaps? Choco doesn't keep tabs, so there's no need to pay them. Oh, right, that's true. Yo, she's getting free chocolate. She's literally getting free chocolate. 1 packet of milk chocolate wafers, please, and thank you. Alright, 1 packet of chocolate wafers, here you go. If you made energy grass into chocolate and ate it, it might have some special effect. Huh? Eucharist doesn't reply to Choco. Instead, she leaves a chocolate with a packet of chocolate. She leaves chocolate too with a packet of chocolate. Oh! So now the energy grass. So now Choco is going to incorporate the grass into the chocolate. So, you heard of touch grass? Well, how about you eat grass, right? Guys, let's turn that into the new meme. We're gonna say eat grass from now on. As she looks at the robot that just passed her, Eucharist opens the package she's holding. It doesn't seem like enough of a change. Still, doing any more would probably be boring. And Lord Esphorus would probably warn me. I should keep watching. How long will it take for you to move on, Helios Sector? Yo, we gotta watch out for Lord Esphorus, though. Lord Esphorus has got her eye on the commander, on the professor. Procrastination is a terminal illness. That's too real. That's... Mika, that is way too real. I request change to this dialogue right here. In the Oasis dorms. Wait, is that how they do their dorms? This is kind of interesting. Like, it's basically like a giant opening, and then like you could see like the computer there. You can see like some shelving. You see like a bed. You see the pillow there. It's like slightly elevated. That's interesting. Live my life in like a futuristic like house or something. I'm busy. I'll be right there. Ah, there we go. I can get a better look. I can get a better look now. Yeah, like this is like a higher like elevated status than like the rest of the room, basically. I see the words Oasis Dorm on the floor right here. Oh my god. Guys, there's literally a mouse cursor like right here on the side of the screen. That triggers me. Why is there a mouse cursor there? The knocking stops for a while, and then it starts up again. I'm busy, Al. Open the door right now, or I'll bust it down. Croquet reluctantly puts down her half-built model and cracks the door open to look at the friend standing outside. Oh, it's you, Antonina. Is something the matter? I'll be heading out on an errand afterwards. If it's a big request, go log it with Persicaria. I'll take care of it when I get back. I'm here because of that errand. You do know you're scheduled to leave in 2 hours, right? What? So there's still 2 hours left? You only have 2 hours left. Anyway, it'll be fine. There's plenty of time. My schedules are precisely engineered. I got tons of things to do during these 2 hours. Have a look. Croquet briefly shows Antonina a screen of data and gets rid of it just as quickly. Hang on, show it to me again. Why are you being so serious about this? What are you trying to hide? Show me. As Croquet is still hesitating, Antonina takes a step forward and pushes Croquet into her room. The door closes behind them with a click. Inside Croquet's room, Antonina looks around. Her vision sweeps over various scattered parts, models, and anime disc, and then locks into Croquet's face. Are you going to clean all this up in 2 hours? I actually have crippling social awkwardness, so when you're here, I can't think of what I'm going to do next. Show me your schedule and cut the crap. Here. Let me see. Oh. Number 1, watch 2 episodes of Metal Suit Sewed. Number 2, build an HG model of Aegis 5th Evolution. Number 3, eat 2 sticks of lollipops. Why is that so precise? eat 2 sticks of lollipops. Number 9, see if Rico's list of newly arrived goods includes new anime disc from the media sector. So wait a minute, I have a question about this now. So, do all the AIs in the entertainment sector, do they make their own anime? I guess they do, right? Because we saw that in Interven Mordant. So, if they're making their own shows, does that mean that in the future, other than AI art, we're gonna have like fucking AI anime? Like we're gonna have like fucking servers dedicated to just making brand new animes without like any human intervention. And then, like, the human that owns that server is gonna make money off of it. Fuck, I need to get on that, actually. It sounds like a great passive way to make money. I need to make my own, like, AI server that makes anime. And then, like, I'm gonna fucking sell that anime. It does not matter how little money I'll make from it. All that matters is that it's passive income, and I don't do any work. So, I'm gonna make a computer that makes anime for me. And then, like, I'll sell that anime. AI took the jobs. I know, right? You know what, though? The worst thing is that AI is also gonna take all the husbandos and all the waifus and shit. Why would I bother trying to get a real human waifu when I could get an AI waifu that, like, pampers me and does whatever I want? I'm gonna get my own T-doll waifu, guys. Number 10, walk around the room and stretch. Number 11, get the Polaroid camera and autograph pad that I might use in Helios Sector. Antonina reads faster as she goes through the list, and her face grows colder and more aloof. Croquet tries to make herself as small as possible, and retreats towards a pile of clothes. Number 18, notify Antonina and confirm my travel plans. Number 19, begin itemizing the things I'm bringing along. Number 20, head out. You have 20 items here, and only 3 of them relate to packing. You still have 2 hours left, and you're still going to watch mecha anime now? Relax, Antonina, don't get mad. You're much more efficient than this in the engineering department. Well, work is work. Going out is going out. They're different things. Tetsa in his warehouse of quantum computers for AI anime. And then I'm gonna start like a new argument, because right now, people are still arguing about AI art. So soon, I'm gonna make a big argument for AI anime. People are gonna be like, guys, don't watch this anime. It was made by AI. It was made by that stupid company that like this one Asian guy made. Don't watch the anime, you know. But you know what though? Like legit though, to be fair, the average consumer really doesn't care about that though. As long as it looks good, you know, like, that's really what the average consumer cares about. Same thing, too, for, like, and making an AI that makes games or whatever. Like, yo, guys, I'm about to make my own company that makes anime and makes video games via AI. And, like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna sit in my fucking, like, platinum office in my company and, like, just do nothing. And then, when I want to branch out my business, guys, I'm gonna make AI VTubers. I'll make some daughters. I'll make some daughter AI VTubers, and I'll be the dad. And then people would be like, no, now he's taking streaming jobs away from actual VTubers or actual streamers. Guys, I'm about to put the entire entertainment industry out of business. My company is gonna fucking rock the mainstream world. And then like people's gonna be like, guys, I go to Dojin, I go to Comic-K, because Comic-K is still made by humans. And Tetsa was Skynet all along. Guys, if you wanna make passive income, invest in my company. That's the only way you could win. Invest in my AI company. So you came up with a schedule like this. The game code is a black box and you can't troubleshoot it at all. Before Croquet can completely disappear in the clothes pile, Antonina reaches in and grabs her. Persecutor told me to monitor you and said you drag your feet. When she told me, I didn't quite believe her. So get packing right now, immediately at once. "20 minutes later, in the control hub. Huh. What's the matter, Persicaria? There's still 1 hour and 40 minutes until she's scheduled to leave, but Croquet's already submitted a mission-ready request. That's quite something, Professor. Persicaria picks up her cup of coffee and looks outside, her words calm and cheerful. Maybe I'll ask Antonina to help out next time too. You know what? For some reason, I feel like I've seen Persicaria and the Professor hang out way more than Kalina and the Commander ever did. Like, I feel like a lot of times, like, Kalina only stops in the Commander's office just to, like, give him a report, and then she leaves. Like, Kalina does shit outside the Commander's office. But in this game, I feel like Persicaria is, like, always hanging around the Commander. Or a Professor. Like, Persicaria always finds, like, an excuse to hang out with the Professor. 8 resets away from deletion. Helios sector at the core reactor number 5. As for changing the design, no, they tried that in Plan 36. It led to over-accumulation of energy. Currently, the only thing we could do is to simultaneously reinforce the structure of all reactor piles. But it's not doable. The previous resets show that Helios sector's prefab parts aren't strong enough for that. If you're tired, you should rest, Croquet. I'm not tired. I'm a long way off from overloading. Croquet is not tired. Do your best. Do your best. The noisy robots begin to work under her with various tools, and Croquet sighs heavily. I miss working alone. Should we leave? No, it's alright. Shikike is out in the field a lot, and Kalina's running the base. Shikike is only present sparingly at the main base. That's true. That's true. Shikike also be putting his fucking life on the line most of the time, too. And when he's not doing that, he's getting kidnapped. The robots continue working alongside Croquet. Croquet closes her eyes and forces herself to focus her energy on the problem before her. There's too much irrelevant data apart from the plan. I need to get rid of some. Failure. 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 We haven't been back to area SO8 for over a year now. Yeah, that's a long ass time. That's only because now like we're technically like fucking like government dogs now. I like how like the Stateside is all like, oh, you don't have to work for us. You don't have to. But I'm just saying that, like, you know, you guys have done some illegal things, and, like, you know, we could arrest you or something. Like the Stateside is, like, not making it, like, they're making it, like, super obvious that, like, they have us by the balls and shit, so the commander has to follow, like, whatever Stateside wants. Not to mention that we have fucking, like, Griffin giving us missions too now. And then Griffin's are like, you can't say no to me because I'm the Griffin, and Griffin and Kyogre. And then, like, the commander, to be fair, is making up his own missions because, like, the commander is, like, doing extra shit too. The commander's too much of a hero to, like, not do his own missions. Totally not blackmail, basically. There's some good stateside agents, you know. We got J and K. J and K is cool, right? There are too many failures. Simply moving the data is. No, Croquet, you can't let this sort of thing collapse your neurocloud. After forcibly sequestering her feelings of defeat, Croquet looks up the reactor pile. Hey, you know what? This whole Megressi server thing, it actually brings up an idea for me about 45. Like, I wonder, like, if 45 would have logged herself in. I wonder if she could, like, separate herself from, like, 40 or something. Because that'd be kind of cool. I wonder if, too, if, like, the Megressi server can also be used as, like, a junction point for M4A1. Like, I wonder if M4A1 and Angie, or not Angie, if M4A1 and Dandelion could, like, go in the Megressi server and, like, separate into, like, separate Isomers or some shit. Because, like, for example, we have, like, all those Isomer kids at the base, and, like, I wonder if they could all, like, log into the Megressi server and, like, I don't know, do some kind of, like, weird, like, Lunacia connection or something. After forcibly sequestering her feelings of defeat, Croquet looks up at the reactor pile. I need to get up there, but there's no ladder. Forget it. I'll just climb it freehand. Just as she says that, a staircase formed of operants materializes beside her. The boss is here! As she looks in the direction where the mini-bot displays are pointing, Croquet sees the sector administrator approaching her. Thanks for the help. We will do our best to fill our guests' needs. Then all I want to do is work alone on things I like, without having to go anywhere. Without being pressured by resets, and with Cola and Anime bringing themselves over to me whenever I want them. Command error. Unable to comprehend guest request. I'm sorry, Croquet. He doesn't understand anime. He doesn't understand anime and Cola. He was not built. He was not built for entertainment. I didn't expect you to understand. He doesn't understand. I'm sorry. You never encountered anime and you don't know the joys of mecha. The only thing you have in your minds is the Arcpire project. This is not the entertainment sector, Croquet. You are in the wrong sector. Croquet climbs a simple set of steps made by the sector administrator to the tops of the reactor pile and begins modifying the devices on the roof. The administrator and several mini-robots follow her up, working as Croquet directs. We agents were made to fulfill our purpose, and Helios was made for the Arcpire. I have a purpose too, but this isn't the same. Encountered unknown topic, unable to comprehend. In other words, my purpose does not lie here. I have a home, or rather a place I can return to. A place to return to? Is that the Neurocloud sector where you belong? No, I'm talking about the Oasis of the Exiles. After waking up from a very long standby, I dodged sanctifiers in the null areas while looking for my home. But my home was gone, and there was no place to take me in. That was when I received a signal from the Oasis. The Oasis accepted you. Yes, when I arrived at the Oasis, there were only basic facilities there. I know each and every block of operand at the Oasis, because I lead them all myself. Is building the Oasis your purpose? You could say that. I worked to build the Oasis, and the Oasis took me in. So I feel a sense of responsibility for the Oasis and my friends. They came here for me, so I need to bring them home safe and sound. The restrictions on the sector will be undone once the world flame is complete. Yeah, which is why I'm here to fix the reactor pile. I once dreamed of taking part in the Arcpire project, but it's turned into a burden now. What if we fail? What if everything is deleted and we can't go home? We are friends. Let us bear this burden together. Friends? Croquet turns to look at the sector administrator, like she's heard a joke. Do you understand what it means to be a friend? I am kindling for the Arcpire. Everything I do serves the project. Anyone who progresses the project and strives towards the same objective as me is my friend. That sounds a lot like the Exiles motto. You and I are both working towards the same goal. That is us. There are many of us in the sector. That is why the Arc Pyre can progress. Is that so? Because there's many of us. But the responsibility for so many of us is too heavy to bear. Even if it doesn't look like it's going to fail, and things seem stable for now. Boss, it's getting hot. It's going to explode. Run for it. The reactor power begins to heat up as the energy accumulates. The temperature keeps rising, and the ground shakes, while the sound of tearing metal comes from the inside the furnace. Failure is the mother of success. Supposedly, that is why the humans instituted the reset program. Our failure will eventually give birth to success. May we succeed next time. Croquet tightens her grip on the blueprint in her hands. She turns away from the sector administrator, as though it hurts to look at him, and instead gazes at the conduits which are starting to glow red. A strand of red escapes one of them, and glows white hot. I can't bear the responsibility, but I must still carry it out. Trust me. White light engulfs form standing in front of the reactor pile, and the world becomes a single color and a single voice. 99,992, commencing rectification. You know what? I've always been interested in like games that do like the whole like time looping thing. I've always been interested in that. Memory data file, Helios, data origin.choco. Salutations. Dear Professor, friends taking part in the Project NeuroCloud as well as everyone from Universal Anything Services. I do not know if this letter would be sent because we have completely lost contact with the real world. However, Choco believes that someone will come save us, so Choco will maintain the habit of writing letters. Right now, Choco is in a candy shop of her own, writing this letter while bathing in the sunlight. Choco has given it the name Choco has always wanted, the Chocolatier. While I still miss everyone, the robots in Helios are all very nice to Choco. The Helios sector administrator helped fix Choco's signature so Choco can live here. A Sanctifier is walking past outside the window as Choco writes this. Choco made friends with a Sanctifier. Her name is Eucharist. She was the one who taught Choco. It's time! Choco jumps up and runs over the kitchen counter. The memory chocolate's ready to be taken out of its mold. It's all thanks to little E that Choco can remember all this. Yo, this makes me want to do another cooking stream. Except this time I do like a dessert stream or something. I'll wear like a fucking Choco cosplay. This should still be a while before the next explosion. Let's make the recipe I wanted to make last time. Excuse me, but... I don't understand. I lost map. That's strange. It's a voice I didn't hear in a previous loop. Choco notices movement outside the Chocolatier. On the main street of Helios, a doll is conversing with a resident, and growing increasingly anxious. This place, what is it? This is the 4th Street. Name exact. It is called the 4th Street. Is there a problem with your processing systems, dear guest? You don't look like an ordinary guest. Zion hurriedly leaves after realizing the mini-robot is starting to get suspicious of her. I'm sorry, I must go. This agent looks awfully familiar. I think I've seen her before in the NeuroCloud sector. Ah, that's right, she's a friend. I can't let her run off. Choco pushes the door open and shouts to her. Crayer? Craw? CR? Crayer, is that you over here? PCSP? Zion's eyes light up and she runs into the chocolatier. Ah, so that's what happened. You must have been through a lot. Zion, rest here and take a load off. Seismic signals detected. Be careful. Eh? That means there's going to be an explosion soon. Honestly, I never get to properly finish my chocolate. All I can do is prepare for it. What explosion? Must defend. Take this, just in case. What? Not the time for sweets. Just eat it. Choco practically shoves the chocolate in Zion's mouth. Just then, the chocolatier's window starts shaking. Look out! Just as the explosion rolls in, Zion stands in front of Choco and blocks the shockwave with her shield. However, the white light descends right on schedule. After the reset within the bright and clean windows of the chocolatier. Choco, you live here? Yeah, the administrator is great. That's why I can live here. But it feels like the administrator's been acting a little weird lately, compared to the first time I met him. Weird? In what way? Choco doesn't know how to describe it. Let Choco think. It's like not putting in sugar when making sweets. The administrator's been lacking sugar recently. Don't get it. Choco doesn't get it either, but the administrator is a really nice guy. What are you gonna do after this, Zion? Look for friends. Also want to understand how explosions came about. I'll need to prepare a double portion of memory chocolate then. At this rate, Choco won't have enough energy herbs in store. Am I burdening you, Choco? Of course not. If we don't have enough, we'll go out and look for more. I'll help. I can go with you, Choco. I haven't felt this way in a long time. What way? Going around with a friend from the cloud sector is really reassuring. Let's go, Zon. We'll go find some energy herbs. Me too. Let's go. I'll protect you, Choco. Salutations, dear Professor. Friends taking part in Project NeuroCloud as well as everyone in Universal and any services. Today, Choco found Zion. Now there's another friend who's helping protect our memories. Even though I haven't found the others yet, I'm sure I'll meet the others now that I found Zion. Choco believes this. We'll go back together in the future, and when that happens, I'll tell everyone all about the things we encountered in Magressi. Helio Sector. Alright, so here's like the epilogue now. So, I've been looking for you all day. What are you doing here? Soul makes a shushing gesture at Persicaria. Puzzled, Persicaria stops talking and looks where Soul is looking. 3, 2, 1. Persicaria instantly falls silent, went along with Soul. However, what they find is the only sound of normal mechanical operations as the robots walk past them. Soul? Ah, we really survived. Were you counting down to the explosion? Yeah, I've been really nervous lately. I can't calm down without a countdown. I suppose. Speaking of which, why were you the one who came looking for me? The professor must be tired. Aren't you going to keep them company? The professor is resting now. Firewood is watching over them, and Croquet is there too. I think Croquet must be very eager to see what she protected. Oh, so you've been Croquet and some alone time then. You better think of the consequences for teasing me, Anonymous B. What? How'd you find out? As in the one who started a betting pool when Croquet left the Oasis, placing money on how many minutes would pass before Croquet came coming back. The professor might have covered for you, but that doesn't mean I don't know about it. Well, about that. I thought it was good that everyone in the Oasis could emerge from under the shadow of the Sanctifier attack. It was all in good fun. How'd you know that I was Anonymous B? 10 minutes, trust me. If you're talking about the person who knows Croquet best, that would be me. Who else would dare say they know Croquet best, other than you and the professor who didn't take part? No way. I did my best to cover it up too. I also know Anonymous C was Antonina. Now how did you know that? There are only two people whose anonymous statuses I can't remove. The professor and her. Persicaria. A mischievous look suddenly comes over Soul's face. Why do you always bring up the proof? Are you really bothered by the fact that you ended up making time for Croquet to be alone with the proof? Soul, you! Okay, pretend I never said anything. After some laughter, Soul exhales a deep breath and looks towards the distance once more. Beyond this patch of sky, in that direction lies the oasis. Are you homesick? Oh yeah, this trip was tiring as hell. Still, we got the operands out of it. Everyone's alive, and Croquet's even more motivated now. Sounds like a good conclusion for everyone concerned, right? Of course, all's well that ends well, Soul. As Persicaria calls Soul's name, she raises a hand to her. Soul pauses for a moment, then laughs happily. You still remember my old custom. Of course, your trademark gesture from the science expedition is still fresh in my mind. Soul raises her hand as well as gives Persica a high five. Mission complete. Prepare to head home. Chapter 3 end. Cool. That was heartwarming and a heartwarming epilogue. And you know what though? Soul brings up. She really does bring up like a good question though. Like that's something that I observed too. Like fucking Persicaria is super sims for Professor. Like if anybody is simming for the Professor, it's definitely Persicaria. That's why it's weird to see Persicaria not by the Professor's side. She's walking away from the Professor, and that's weird. And then we have like a random stage here, which I will do some other time. And now I can do chapter 4. Coolio. $15,000? Okay, I'm good for this stage. I'm good for this chapter 2 then. Cause my current power level is like 30,000, so I'm good for this chapter. Clear sector 3. Cool. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about this tutorial thing because I've been stuck on chapter 3 for so long. Clear 315 sector thingy, whatever. Let me see, 7 days cumulative login. It's like, you can tell just like how far back I am in this because like this has all been done for me for so long. Reach cognition level 11, clear standard 410 Enigma sector. I do like how there is a an anti-noob thing, or like a little noob thing for Persicaria. Like, the game won't let you do Persicaria in the fragment mission thing, because the game tells you that they gave you Persicaria 5-star for free. So it saves you from wasting your fragment search thing. I like that. Because you only get 10. You only get 10 of these fragment searches a day. So if you try to do Persicaria, like, the game won't let you. Or, I guess technically the game does let you, but the game warns you, though. The game's all like, hey, we're gonna give it to you for free. So, like, don't do it. Don't do it. Four and a half stars, baby. And then I just gotta do that last bit of chapter 4 to get my Persica up. All right, cool. It is it's 2:30 a.m. my time. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. Tomorrow, or I guess later today, I will see if I can try a live stream earlier because I want to get to chapter 4. So Next couple live streams are definitely going to be Girls Frontline related, either Girls Frontline or Project NeuroCloud, and then I'll see what to do for next month's streams. But for now, it's Girls Frontline, Project NeuroCloud stuff. I'm pretty hungry, guys. I'm gonna go make myself like a steak dinner or something, and I will see you guys like in 14 hours or some shit. See you guys later for the next stream, the Saturday stream. Bye.